Hello and welcome back to South Football Corner. Welcome back to another live stream, another show, another video on the channel. Big ups to everybody is tuned in nice and early. Big ups to everybody is tuned in, is watching on the replay. Make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you're subscribing to the channel if you haven't already, and make sure you hit that bell notification so you're notified every time we go live. Welcome back to another episode of the Koora Pod, episode 17. Listen, there's a lot on the agenda today. There's a lot on the agenda today. We're going to be speaking about the unfortunate news of Gabriel's injury ending his season. In fact, and you know what I mean, I'm going to be discussing that. We're going to be speaking about the possibility of Ben White and Timber being ready for the next game. We're going to be speaking about Mohamed Salah and his contract. Mohamed Salah has been spotted on the docks of Liverpool. Is he signing a new contract or is he filming a goodbye video? That is what we are going to discuss today. Also, we're going to be speaking about Victor GYOKERES and Nico Williams linked to the club. Listen, there's all sorts of stuff going on. We're also going to be discussing Andrea Berta and all of that good stuff. And we're going to be doing, as always, the prediction show. We're going to be going over our predictions from the previous week or the week fixtures, midweek fixtures, and we're going to be speaking about this weekend's fixtures and giving our predictions for the matches for this weekend. Let me start by introducing the boys who are joining me today. To my right, there is man like Ashraf in the building. Man like Ash. I don't like when I call him Ashraf, even though it's his name. His name's Ash. Do you know what I mean? We got Ash in the building.
Yeah, it all works, man. It all works. Alhamdulillah. How you guys doing? All good, all good.
Yeah, all good, man, all good. And just below me right here, we got none other than the main man himself, Mr. TKA. And you know what? The T stands for Turkish, man. Big up to T in the building.
Big up, big up.
And diagonally, let me not flop it right there. We got the main man himself, the positive guy. Do you know what I mean? The guy who, you know, listen, he talks sense. He does talk sense. But then there's some waffle on the side. Do you know what I mean? Big up to man like Souls in the building.
Yeah, the king of madness. That's what we have to dissect there. The king of madness.
Wallah, that already, bro.
Do you know what I mean?
By the way, are you using a new mic or something, bro?
No. Why? Is it sounding clear?
You sound clean.
No,
bro.
it's way better.
Way
better than the crap
better,
you were using
bro.
before.
بلا ما تعينوني دابا خلوني شويه فهمتني ديك الشيء خدام دابا
بغاش يضربوه بالعين يضربوه بالعين
اضربوني بالعين ديك الساعه
الصوت
اصدق ما تسمعوا والو.
اي والله it's crazy bro. By the way يا اخي شرب الماء مع الزعتر يا اخي مالك الكرش ديما الزعتر مع الماء.
لا جاني الاسهال جاني الاسهال.
That's how you know Saad was.
كل شيء
That's how you know Saad was raised Moroccan, bro. So anytime you get stomach ache,
anything
زعتر
مع الماء صافي. That's for everything to do with stomach because it will clear it out.
برو جاني واحد الاسهال ما نقدرش نقول لك عليها اقسم بالله اللي كامل وانا جالس في الطواليت.
Basically what Suleiman was just saying, guys, right now is
لا حشومه والله حشومه والله والله الحشومه.
What I was saying, boys, that I'm currently suffering from explosive diarrhea.
I wasn't gonna say it. Wallah, I wasn't gonna say it. I was gonna pretend like I was gonna say it and then stop. But so
you're going mad thinking that I don't care about men's health. I'm an advocate.
Is that why your camera angle is higher than?
Yeah, trust me. You don't
what's going on behind? What's going on from the neck down, bro? What's going on?
Yeah, why for that?
Hey, pause. Why for that?
Yeah, why for that? But
that's
honestly,
actually a pause, bro.
It's been a rough night, but you know what? We're here.
Yeah, man, we're here 100%. Listen, I think the first thing we need to discuss is, by the way, big up to everybody in the chat. Big up to Shravan, who says, "Come out, you fraud, come outside." Why for that? And he says, big ups to you, though. Big up to you. Big up to Tamina, who says, GYOKERES agrees personal terms with Arsenal. Please read it out loud. Yes, we will be. Tamina, we'll also be discussing Nico Williams. Arsenal said 11 players this summer. Please read out. We will be discussing that as well, because the sell list is brazy. Just shows you what Andrea Berta thinks of our squad. And obviously we'll be speaking about. Big up to Sareda in the building, the lovely, the beautiful, the brilliant Sareda in the building. Big up to you, and saying smash the like button, subscribe, guys. Make sure to get that done. Listen to Sareda and smash the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Big up to Denzel as well, of course. Big up to you, my broski. Hopefully you're doing well. And listen, I think we need to get on to the bad news. Let's just get the veggies out of the way, bro. The bad news, which is big up to Marco as well, saying catching alive, sweet. Big up to the panel. Big up to you, Marco. Absolute legend, man. Big up. We appreciate you for being here, man. My G. And Twisted is here, of course. Twisted is here, but no FK. Do you know what I mean? Something's fishy here. FK is gonna come out of nowhere, and then they're just gonna be arguing for the whole stream. It's too funny, bro. Honestly, this FK Twisted beef is the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life. But big up, man. Big up, big up, big up. Let's start off with the bad news. Gabriel Magalhaes has, well, he's having surgery on his hamstring, meaning it can only be a grade 3 tear. I don't think a grade 2 tear requires surgery. Sorry, so it can only be a grade 3 tear. He's clearly got a grade 3 tear on his hamstring, so he will be having surgery and will be out for the foreseeable up until, I think they said they're aiming to have him ready for the start of the season. Listen, we don't know if he's going to be for the start of the season. It's 3 months, so in theory, yes, it can happen, of course. But yeah, it's pretty much like the Saka thing. Do you know what I mean? It's pretty much like the Saka thing. So he's going to be right around the start. He might miss like 1 or 2 games at the start of the season next season.
Yeah, he is going to miss preseason, though. In the preseason camp, he's going to miss.
But I still think with the preseason, I still think he's going to be there or thereabouts. Like, not there or thereabouts, like fit or anything, but I think he's going to be around the squad anyway.
No, but so, they said they want to aim at the beginning of the season. So it is past that point. You know what I'm saying? It is rather that point or past that point. It's not before. And before that is the preseason camp. So he is going to miss that.
No, the preseason. I know he's going to miss the preseason camp, but I'm just saying he's still going to be in and around with the players. Do you know what I mean? Maybe he's not playing on the pitch, but he's still going to be in and around, like traveling with them and stuff like this, bro. He's not just going to be at home just chilling while they're away in preseason.
No, of course, but it's still preseason camp is the camp that you prepare for the season. You know what I'm saying? And it's just a shame that he's going to miss that. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
For me, unless we're getting defenders, which I don't know if we're getting defenders, but unless we're getting defenders that he's going to play next to or going to play alongside, I don't really need him. I don't really need him to worry about no preseason. Do you know what I mean? Preseason, khalas ya akhi, wallah, you're a defender. You already have your buddy there, Mr. Saliba. You know how to play with him. In my personal opinion, I don't think it's necessarily as bad, but I think for now, it definitely is like emergency settings. Do you know what I mean? For him missing the Real Madrid game, he's obviously going to miss the rest of the season. Well, the rest of the season in the Premier League doesn't really matter now because Liverpool there or thereabouts won the league anyway. It's guaranteed, or more or less guaranteed. They're never going to drop it from here. Never. It can, if it happens, that's crazy. But I don't see them doing it. But regardless, the Champions League is going to miss that game. And yeah, boys, what do you lot think about it? Because I can't lie, this is the one player who, listen, I got a lot of love for Big Gabby, man. He was there from the start. He was there from the beginning. He was there during the dark times. So he's been like one of the one, like, I wouldn't say one shining light because he used to do some bozo shit, but he has gone through the transition of the team. And he himself has transitioned with that team into like this great centre back that we have in our back line. Do you know what I mean? So what's your thoughts, lads, on him missing out the rest of the season, possibly start the next season?
Yeah, look, it's disappointing. Disappointing. Obviously, it just adds to our injury luck this season, man. It's just whenever a player's on form, or like we've literally like lost our best performing players at their peak when they've been performing. Like Saka was probably one of the best players in the league before he got injured. Gabriel was probably, we all put him in our team of the season, our most important defender. Now he's out for our most important game. You just can't call this stuff, man. It's unlucky. For me, it just, the 10% chance I thought we had is probably now 5, even with Ben White being available, if he is available. It doesn't really change much for what I think is going to happen anyway. For my prediction of what's going to happen from here anyway, I feel like it doesn't change much, but you feel better with better players playing for your team. But look, I don't really like what people are saying, sort of dragging, like it's Arteta's fault for playing him, and why is he playing him too much and overusing players. The situation's the situation, innit? Injuries are unfortunate.
Yeah, I echo that, man. I definitely don't think it's on Arteta for sure. I said this on the group. There are like 119, 120 hamstring injuries. Like, are we really saying Arteta is the reason for the 4 we have we've had when the whole league has been crippled with them? I think last year was a record, by the way, for hamstring injuries, 120 something or 130 something. I can't remember. Which just shows you that players are playing a lot more games. They're just running a lot more, sprinting a lot more in games. And I said this yesterday on Sam's channel that I think we'll eventually come to a phase of football where you're not going to have players starting more than 40, 50 games a season, no matter what happens. Because there's going to be like squad rotation. It's going to be like load management like the NBA, because of how severe some of these hamstring injuries could be. It sucks to lose him. I think he's been the best defender, not just for Arsenal, but one of the best defenders, if not the best in the league, and one of the best defenders, if not the best in the world, in my opinion. I think he's top 5 in the world, easy top 5 in the world. I could even maybe argue for top 3. He's been having an amazing season for Brazil and Arsenal, and yeah, it's a big miss. I think right now the only way forward for Madrid or any other game until he's back is to have Timber and Saliba play as the centre back partnership, because that is our strongest centre back partnership now that Gabriel is out. And I'd want to see, hopefully, if Ben White is fit. I don't think he will be. Even if he's fit, I don't think he'll be good, because I just don't think he's going to be on the pace. The last game he played when he came back from injury, he looked really rusty. And even before the injury, he wasn't looking that great anyway. So, but if he is fit, I think he has to play right back. He shouldn't be playing centre back. Timber and Saliba should definitely be the centre backs. But yeah,
he had a really long time. He had a really long time out.
Yeah,
Ben
exactly.
White.
He did
even longer than Saka. So it's not. This is not like when he comes back, Ben White fully. Like he's not gonna be. I don't think he's gonna be straight onto it because of how long he had. He had like how long was he out for? Since September, I swear. When he got his
initially he was out for 10 weeks. Initially he was out for 10 weeks when he got the surgery.
Then they did the surgery.
And then he came back, and then he was out again for like a couple of weeks. So, like, yeah, it is longer than Saka, I think.
It's mad, bro. It's mad. It's mad. But you know what? T, your thoughts, because obviously after you, we need to get into a discussion about this whole, is it Mikel Arteta's fault? Is it this? Is it that? Obviously, we're gonna get into it. But
I'll start off by saying this. He's definitely one of the problem. I'm not gonna act like he is immune for any criticism in this situation, because he is one of the issues that one of the problems that this has been happening to us. Because I do not have short-term memory loss or long-term memory loss or whatever you want to call it. Yeah. And do not forget those days that we've sat on watch-alongs and said, why is he playing a player X, player Y? You know what I'm saying? At these games when it's not needed. You know what I'm saying? Playing Saliba against, I don't know, Preston, you know what I'm saying? And then playing Gabriel for another useless game instead of Saliba, you know what I'm saying? For me, it's one of those situations where you have a manager where his style of play and his training his training resume, or whatever you want to call it, is pretty intense. Let's not act like Arteta has the easiest system to learn and easiest system to manage. You know what I'm saying? So these players, we are asking a lot of these players. First of all, we have a thinner squad than last season, to the point that a lot of players need to play more minutes than last season, when you could have shared the load. For example, Reece Nelson came on a few games when, for example, Saka needed rest, or Saka was injured or had a knock, for example. You know what I'm saying? Now we have Sterling, and everybody is pulling their eyes out, so to say, to the point that we had to play a midfielder up front, or even Kieran Tierney at left wing. You know what I'm saying? So there comes a point where you look at this team and say, this squad is very thin, first of all. Second of all, the system and the style of play and his training is pretty intense, second of all. And the third of all is, why did people what did people say when Saka got injured? Oh, it's just too bad. What an accident. Nobody said that. Everybody said, there you are. If you play him this much, this happens. People said that. And most people said that. Yeah? Even the top gooners said this. People said that this injury happened mostly because of the fact that Saka had to play a lot of minutes. And the graph that you showed in the group chat, Saad, the context of that graph just only shows this season. I am talking about the seasons, 3 seasons back to back, where Saka had to play a lot of minutes since he became one of the main guys of this team. Okay, because when he was number 77 or 87, whatever, he wasn't the main guy. When he became the number 7 Saka, he became the main guy. And after that, he played a lot of minutes every season. Not only this season, because these things don't happen in the span of a season or a few weeks. No, this builds up. Hamstring injuries this great don't happen on a coincidence. Yeah, we said before, Havertz is playing a lot of minutes. Havertz doesn't get dropped in any case. He plays striker, he plays midfielder, he plays number 10, he plays right wing, left wing, you know what I'm saying, in game when he switches and started crossing the ball, you know what I'm saying? He asked Havertz a lot to do. And what happened? He got a hamstring injury as well. Also a surgery.
So
the biggest things for me is, yes, these things can happen. Yeah, these things can happen. But we've already named these things before. We already said, bro, please do something about it before something like this happens. And at the end of the day, it actually happened. And we don't have solutions. You know what I'm saying? And what I'm trying to say is,
but it is unprecedented though. But it is unprecedented. Like, obviously injuries are expected, but not what's happened to us this season. I feel like even the best of recruitment couldn't prepare us for what's happened this season in terms of literally having every single factor out.
What I'm trying to say is, yeah, and people like Bay Bros in the chat don't listen. You know what I'm saying? It goes into one ear and out the other without processing in the middle. You know what I'm saying? I said everyone, including the board, including Edu, including Arteta, are all to blame for this. Okay? Because let's not act like Ethan Nwaneri was a significant backup before we were actually forced to play him. Because why did he play Trossard at number 10 if Nwaneri was actually a good backup in his eyes? It wasn't. We were not prepared this season. And these injuries happened. And a lot of players had to play more minutes because we don't have good enough players to kill off games. So you have to play these players. And what happens? This happens. And it's not a coincidence that the guys that played the most minutes, aka Gabriel, Havertz, and Saka, all need surgery on their hamstring. It's not a coincidence, bro. That's all I'm saying.
No, but the thing is, sorry, go ahead, Go ahead.
No, you go ahead, because I've got some stuff to say about the graph and that. Or is that what you're going to address? If you're
no, I was not going to address the graph. I was just going to address what T said, because I understand what he's saying. If we have way more hamstrings than anyone else, or if let's say this is only happening to us. But I told you, like at the start when I said last season, well, I don't remember what the exact number was, 120 something, 130 something, I'm not 100% sure, was a record in the Premier League for hamstring injuries. So the reason why I don't blame Arteta for this is because why haven't the other managers fixed this then? Why hasn't the greatest manager of all time, Pep, fixed this? Why hasn't Klopp fixed this? Why hasn't Moyes fixed this? Why hasn't Emery fixed this? This is happening to every single manager. And I think it's happening in other leagues as well, because I've seen in other leagues where a lot of players get hamstring injuries. Maybe it's just players I'm noticing. I don't know.
You cannot apply the context for other teams
Why?
for us.
Why not?
Why?
Why not?
Who in the league plays the same amount of minutes as Saka, for example?
Liverpool, Van Dijk plays every single minute.
but
Salah
you cannot-
plays every single minute.
no. You cannot
Rodri,
compare.
Rodri plays every single minute when he's
Okay,
fit.
but you are now comparing a defender
Saliba.
with a winger. Yeah. You are now comparing
I'm
CDM with a winger.
Yeah.
And you are comparing
Okay, who do you want me to
Salah,
compare? Let me.
And you are comparing Salah, who never
Yeah.
tracks back, never defends, always stays ahead. You know what I'm saying?
That's a different thing. That I agree with you.
That is different. Saka does
But
way more than your average player, and you guys know this.
What about
I agree.
Sadio Mane?
And
What about Sadio Mane?
Listen.
But for
And
Jurgen
what
Klopp's team.
annoys me the most is the
Mm.
fact that we had
no.
this conversation in watch-alongs at halftime shows, and now suddenly it's not a problem. Suddenly,
No, I
this
agree.
Never happened.
I agree with the Saka tracking back thing, but for me, the Saka tracking back is different. It's not because of
No, it's not
injury.
about Saka
For me-
tracking back. It's about
Yeah.
the minutes these players play. Back then it was a problem, but now
Oh,
suddenly
minutes I've
it's
never
not a
agreed.
problem.
Minutes I've never agreed, because the reality is every single big team has 2 or 3 players, or at least 2 players, that play 95 to 97% of the minutes in the Premier League and the Champions League. So that I never agreed with.
Teams are going to play their best players.
The one thing I agree with you on, and I said this many times, is the fact that our wingers have to track back more than any other winger. But I've never said it because of injuries. I said it more because it affects our attacking style of play. Because when you have a winger back in defense, when we're initiating counterattacks, it doesn't help us because there's no one waiting up front. But I hear your point about Saka tracks back often, which is why it's happening. But then that doesn't explain why it's also happening to Havertz, who, yes, I know he presses, but he doesn't sprint back the way these guys do. It doesn't explain why it happened to Gabriel. Our structure defensively does not involve a high line. Our back, it's not like Van Ven, who's always in the high line and sprinting to come back. Our defenders are a lot of times sitting back with Rice and Partey ahead of them. The reason why I cannot look at Arteta for hamstrings, because I always try to look at trends. And the reality is, the trend is hamstrings have been spreading across the entire Premier League.
This is not a flu, bro. Okay, this is a muscle injury. Okay.
Yeah.
Because
which
it
means the
happens to
players
other
are playing
people,
more games.
Because it happens to other people, it's not okay for us to have for our players to happen. You know what I'm saying? You can have precaution measures to prevent these things, but you don't. You know what I'm saying?
Like
and
what?
then these
So
things
how-
happen.
Yeah, like
and
what?
then-
Like
and
what?
then
No.
these things happen.
If you're saying prevention measures, like what? Because how come the other 20 teams also did not figure it out? How come the other leagues have not figured out how to fix this? What are the measures that you could put in place?
I mean, you can always but listen, not every team that you just named have the same amount of money as we do. We have the room to buy these players.
No. I
We
named
have the
City,
room
Liverpool, United, Chelsea. They have our money.
The top six.
Yeah.
The top six. Forget the smaller teams. The top six. How come they haven't fixed
I
the
cannot
problem?
I cannot explain why other teams have a small squad. I do not agree with the small squads. Okay? I don't feel like we need to do the small squad thing because these things can happen. And it actually happens. You know what
Would
I'm
you
saying?
not say? Would you not say that small
it
squads?
doesn't mean two wrongs does not make a right. This is what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying?
But for all we know, but T, here's the thing for me, yeah. Firstly, the small squads thing, for all we know, that could be financially. You can't, financially, you may not have the financial bearing to be able to have a squad of like 30 players or
Exactly.
35 players, bro. Like, especially with
Wait, are you saying that we
PSR.
don't have that?
PSR, brother. PSR. It's not about whether we have the physical cash to spend it. It's about whether we have the. Do you know what I mean? Just because these,
The
you
room
have to
to
imagine.
spend extra
You have
money.
to. You have to imagine. You have to
answer
imagine.
this. So
You have
answer
to
this
imagine
then.
these
So
guys
answer
plan
this.
their transfer
So answer
windows
this. So answer
and the
this. We
wage
bought-
bills and all this.
We bought Calafiori, we bought Merino, we bought these guys. What was the spending room that we had in January this year?
No, I agree with you. I agree with you. We have spending room to spend on transfers. Excuse me, but when we're talking about having an overall squad with wages and wages coming out every week, it's not just about
but
we
that's
had
a whole
190
different argument. But
million
that's a
to
whole
spend.
different argument.
Yes, no, but that's why I'm saying to you, maybe the fact that we're seeing, why do all these teams have like a small squad of like 25, 26 players, bro? Or that, to be honest, that's even on the bigger side. Normally the bigger teams, they have like 22, 23 players.
Yeah, but you
Even
guys
then.
are trying to
But
talk another wrong right. Two wrongs
no,
does
no,
not
no.
make a right, like I said.
I listen. I'm under the agreement that I think partially manager. Yeah, I think Arteta definitely has done wrong in regards
Yeah,
to
but
playing
that's what I'm
players
trying to say.
way too many games. No.
That's what
But
I'm saying as
but
well. Am I 100% blaming Arteta right now? I'm not.
but
Yeah,
I
look,
no no. But I think
go
Salah and
on,
Liverpool,
go on.
let me just land one point. The thing is, for me, yeah, I do think Arteta's done something wrong, but I think Arteta is a very small bit of the wrongness that's happened.
Like less than 5%.
Next
No,
to
it's not
big,
less than 5%.
next to big problems in this game. For instance, you have the amount of games that they play in a year. Yeah, the amount of games that these guys play in a season is crazy. Then you take into account their international teams and how much they get stretched out for the international teams. Then you have to take into account how much intensity they're doing in and around training and all of this stuff. Then you got to take into account
So
you know,
at the end
their
of the day,
rest times and all of this stuff.
Two of my points you agree with, and one point you don't, and that's where this conversation is going right now.
But I think
we agreed with
if
the fact that
if you
Saka has
take
been playing a lot of minutes. Yeah, we agreed with the fact that Arteta has a very intense playoff system because Ashraf said
yes,
himself, because he needs to strike back, he needs to do a lot more than normal wingers. Yeah, that's way more intense of how wingers need to play in a system. So two of my
Yeah.
points you agree with. The only
I
point you
agree
don't
with
agree
them.
with, the only point you don't agree with me with is the fact that everybody else has a small squad. This is just normal. It could be normal, but for me, it's not okay to do these things because these players need to do a lot more. So you need a bigger squad to actually go with the system without injuring players.
But can I tell you the issue with that T? There's a big issue. Last season, I know we failed last season, but let's just try for a second to look past the failure of last season. Can we admit that last season we were super close to winning the league, right? We were very close to winning the league last season. And we failed, but we were close, correct?
Yeah.
So last season, had it not been for one game, if Arteta got that one game correct, we probably would have won the league. Let's say if he managed Aston Villa correctly, we probably would have won the league.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes. So let's assume he did, and we won the league. The reality is, last season, everyone knows, people keep throwing this at Arsenal that, you were lucky with injuries, blah, 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 this happened. Let's assume that Arteta does what you're expecting him to do, which is rotate the players heavily, not let. By the way, I'm all for that. I even said
I'm not saying heavily. I'm not saying heavily.
Okay, not heavily. Sorry, not heavily. But I said
because the difference between this year and last year is last year we actually had some bench players.
No, but the bench players were players we didn't use, like Smith Rowe and Nketiah and all. We didn't use them.
But
so
we have youngsters, academy players on the bench.
I
rather
hear
have
that.
ESR and Reece Nelson than those guys.
My point was that I wanted to land on is I think there are times when you don't rotate enough or you don't use the backup enough, because in the end, when you're going for a league, you want to start your best 11. Even if you have an amazing backup 11, they're never going to be as good as the starting 11, right? And we've seen Pep many times when it comes to the business end of the season, he starts the same 11 for like 10 games in a row because now khalas, he's like, I need to secure this league. The problem is if unless the entire league adopts a model where you are not allowed to start you're not allowed to start a certain player more than 40 or 50 times a season, it's always going to be this case of we could be the unlucky ones that have these hamstring injuries. For example, this season we are the unlucky ones. We're having hamstring here, hamstring there, hamstring here, knee here, surgery here. But last season, we were the lucky ones, while Chelsea and Liverpool and Newcastle were the unlucky ones. And even City. People pretend like City didn't have injuries last season. They had some injuries, but a lot of times the main guys were there. And that's why I'm saying if Arteta does what we're expecting him to do, which is rotate here, this guy here, don't play here, don't play there, the reality is we will end up dropping it. I think if Arteta rotated even 10% more, we don't go to the final game of the season like we did last season.
When we won 7-1 against PSV and we played the return, was it necessary to play Gabriel or not?
No, he shouldn't have started the entire starting 11, but he should have started 3 or 4. Which is, I think he did that. No, I think he benched like 7. I don't think he should have benched the entire 11. He should have benched like maybe 6 or 7 of them.
Six goal difference. You don't bench the important players.
No, I don't think you start a completely backup 11. I don't know. Like I've just never been a fan of that, because even if we start a whole backup 11, I just feel like with momentum and everything, you don't want to. Some players need that kind of game. And Gabriel, by the way,
what about Bolton?
Gabriel doesn't sprint that often. Gabriel doesn't sprint.
Okay, but what about Bolton then? Was it necessary to play Saka against Bolton when we?
Yeah, I agree with you. That was bad. That was wrong. He shouldn't have started Saka.
Is that not an argument to have though? Yeah, like this, I can understand what you're saying about like Saka.
Yeah, I agree.
We can have an argument about Saka. We can have an argument about
and by the way,
even though you said the thing about Havertz,
no, but
you said the thing about Havertz,
you guys have to understand the counter argument to that about playing Bolton and playing this is that some managers believe, and we know Arteta believes this, that momentum is a thing. And the more a player plays, the more his body becomes adjusted to a certain
two full seasons is not enough for momentum, so we need to play him against Bolton.
No.
Is that what you're saying, Sauce?
Your overall point as our Premier League, not forget Arsenal, our Premier League players and Premier League teams playing too many games. The answer is yes. I agree with the overall point.
Yeah.
I don't agree with contextualizing it to managers of specific clubs. I believe it's a generic issue. The point I'm making is some managers do believe that momentum is a big thing, and if a player's fit and he wants to play, you have to understand players are going to ask to play. I guarantee you.
And as a manager, you need to defend your players. That's how it works.
I know, but
in this point, I agree with T. Like he shouldn't start players like Saka, especially players who sprint a lot. Gabriel, I don't mind, because Gabriel and Saliba, these centre backs, they don't sprint that much. So I understand them starting these kind of games. Your players that sprint a lot in a game, like Martinelli, like Saka, like Havertz, I don't agree with starting them in these League Cup games. Gabriel, I don't think is an issue, because again, 90% of our times our centre backs.
Okay, maybe let's agree with this. Yeah, maybe the Gabriel injury is not 100% completely on Arteta because he's a defender. Yeah, maybe you can take a few points off that. But playing Ben White at the beginning of the season when he needed surgery in the summer is his fault. Playing Rice when he had a broken toe is his fault. Pushing Partey back on the pitch when he was injured is his fault. Playing Saka when he was limping everywhere and playing him against Bolton, playing these players against PSV and those teams, you know what I'm saying, were his fault. So that's what I'm trying to say. Listen. This is not 5%. Fault, yeah. This is way more.
But the tool thing on Declan Rice.
Hold on, Ash.
Way more than 5%.
Hold on, guys. Firstly, I think this whole party getting pushed back onto the pitch gets so.
It gets overused.
It gets stretched. It gets stretched so out of context because Arteta's not telling him to.
I don't care.
Arteta wasn't telling him to play. Arteta was telling him, go back onto the pitch.
Okay,
you drop on
remove
it.
He
tells them always drop on the pitch. Don't drop out of the pitch.
I don't need it. I don't need it. Remove it then. You know what I'm saying? I don't need it. Remove it then. There are other examples.
No, I can see
why this is his fault also.
No, here's the thing. I can see your overarching point for why you think it's his fault, but I still think there's bigger factors as to what I definitely think he's a factor, bro. I definitely think he's a factor.
But not 5%.
Okay, I don't know about.
I think. No. Hold on. Just let me make it. I think it's 0%. I think Arteta has. I think there's other areas to blame Arteta for, like the recruitment, like the signing of the backups, like the
style of play,
substitution. There are bigger fish to fry when it comes to criticizing.
So he has 5 different issues, but he has 0% of the problem.
I will never ever blame any manager.
No, in this
fault of this.
In this, I will never blame any manager.
It's 0%.
No. I will never blame any manager. I will never blame any manager for any club when it comes to injuries, because I know how injuries work. You know what I mean? At the end of the day,
Arteta. By the way, another one right now. Jamal Musiala is dragged off the pitch after a hamstring injury, bro. It's not only us, bro. It's not only.
And Jamal Musiala. By the way, Jamal.
So it makes
Jamal Musiala rests games. Jamal Musiala doesn't start every there are games where he's still on the bench.
This is leagues that aren't even with the same intensity as the Premier League, bro.
Wait. I have a question for you guys. I have one question for you guys. if Ben White is available to start tomorrow,
yeah,
should
on the bench.
Yeah, knowing Ashraf's point, which is even if he plays, he's still returning from an injury, so he might be a bit stiff. Do you think it's
he needs to
wiser?
start.
Do you think it's wiser for Arteta to rest him against Everton, so he's available for Madrid in case he gets injured against Everton, or play against Everton to build momentum?
He has to start. He has to start against Everton because, he has
And
to start 100%.
Yeah, and where he was injured, Ashraf.
It is what it is because I'd rather. The problem. I'll explain to you why.
What are these low chance things of happening, bro? How's he gonna come back straight away? Someone's gonna cut into him and then bang, khalas, he's in.
I'll explain to you. I'll explain. Let's
one
assume
in a
that it
million
can happen.
chance.
Yeah, but let's explain it. Let's assume it can happen. I'll explain to you why.
Yeah,
Ashraf,
it's not an assumption. It can happen.
Yeah, that's why I said let's assume it can happen. Like let's assume it will happen. Sorry, I'm going with the probabilities. For me, the probability is right now. If we start Ben White the way he is right now, without giving him minutes, without him getting some momentum, the chances that he gets absolutely cooked and rinsed, that he already has a chance of getting cooked and rinsed, but the chances of him getting cooked and rinsed even more now are like tremendously high because if this is Ben White, especially at right back, if this is Ben White from last season, I'll say, you know what, I trust him. If he's been out for like 2-3 weeks, let's give him that rest. But this isn't Ben White from last season. He needs that confidence. He needs that momentum. He needs that game time. But if, let's say, what Sol says happens, or Ben White starts tomorrow, gets injured, he's out for the Madrid game, I think we're better off playing someone else there than playing, like, let's say, I don't know, Thomas Partey right back or whatever it is, or Declan Rice center back, whatever the hell it is, than playing an unfit and unready Ben White who's not even shown 10 or 15 minutes of decent performances right back, because we're going to get cooked anyways. And by the way, I'll add this as well. I'll actually add this as well. If Ben White is fit for Madrid, and this is where only Arteta can answer this question because he's the one who sees them in training. If Ben White is fit for Madrid, and he clearly does not look like he's playing well, he's out of form, he's getting cooked in training, wallahi, I'm serious about this. I would not even start him against Madrid because what's the point? I'd rather say, let me move Partey there or let me move Declan Rice somehow, because I'd rather start someone who has a better chance of defending against Vinny Jr. than start someone who will probably get cooked against Vinny Jr.
There's one thing that you can easily do. There's one thing you can easily do against Real Madrid, but Arteta will never do it, and that's change the system. If you play three at the back, the back,
bro.
Hold on a minute. Let me land, bro. For one game, bro, you could simply play right back or right centre back. You could play Timber, you play Saliba down the middle, and then you play Tierney on the left back position or left centre back position. Done, bro. It's done.
No,
you don't need to do all of this. How do you know? How?
Because the only chance we have of going against Madrid is to score in at least one leg. And what you're doing by this,
are you pussy? Or who's got black spray, bro? Who uses black spray, bro? Do you know what I mean? This fade is genuine, bro. Look at this back. Look at this.
I had to zoom in. No, but I can't lie, Sad. I had to zoom into your thing though. Still,
bro, shut up, man.
I think if we play, three at the back, the chances of us scoring a goal is incredibly low then, because we already struggle with creativity. And now you're taking one more midfielder.
No, and the chances are low even at 4 at the back. So it's even lower now.
And by the way, here's the funny part. If we go by Sad's logic, we play 3 at the back. It means you're sacrificing a midfielder, obviously. You're going to take off either Rice or Partey or Odegaard, whoever it is. Every one of them is involved in creation or is involved in carrying the ball forward for us and starting attacks. So you're killing our attack already, like just by doing that.
And the garbage that Saad came out with in the live stream, the garbage that Saad was talking about one of them that we might have a chance because they're going to be banned for the Arsenal game. Listen. Nobody was ever going to get banned. They're going to play as I expected.
Actually, Courtois and Ceballos are back, so if anything, they have more players available than what we thought.
We're actually in a worse situation now. But
and we haven't.
Guys, why are you not even mentioning that, bro? We all knew that they were not going to be banned. So
wait.
Shut up.
The point is this, Kiwior. I think you lot think Arteta would rather play Timber at centre back and Ben White at right back. And if Ben White can't play, you don't have to come with the acceptance that Kiwior may play.
If Ben
Kiwior
White is not
against-
available, yes. If Ben White is not available, I think he will play Kiwior, unfortunately.
Kiwior against Mbappe is something like crazy.
It won't be Kiwior against Mbappe. It'll be Saliba against Mbappe. It'll probably be
Saliba
Kiwior
will
against.
definitely-
It'll be Kiwior against Rodrigo, and that's still a deadly thing.
A big
anyways.
issue.
But I still think that Mbappe will try to go down to that
Of
right
course,
side.
yeah, he'll target Kiwior's side.
He'll
I mean,
target
always,
Kiwior.
but-
He won't target Saliba because he knows Saliba's good. So he won't
They're
target
definitely-
Saliba.
They're definitely
He'll
gonna
leave
target our weak
Saliba to
players.
he'll leave Saliba to Vinicius Jr. to do his little trickery.
I
He's gonna have Timber to deal with.
yeah,
But
I personally, if White and Timber are both available, I'd personally play Timber at right back, only because we're gonna miss what he offers us.
we play White and in centre back.
yes,
Bro,
only
White as
because-
centre back will get killed.
No, he won't,
Even
he
in
won't,
that
he
first
won't.
season
He
when he
won't,
played
he
centre
won't.
back for us,
Do you not?
No, no, he
even
won't.
in his first season,
No,
when he played
forget about the
centre back for
first
us, he was
season. Forget about the
disastrous,
first
bro.
season. Do you not
He was
remember last
disastrous.
season? Last season, who did we play against? Who did we play against? We played against the team last season, bro, and he conceded the stupidest goal because he was sitting there just ball watching like this in the middle. It was, I think, I'm not sure who was there. No,
I
it
can't
must have been
remember.
this season. It
I
must
can't
have been this
remember. No,
season.
it might
What
be
is
this
worse?
season, but
What is worse, him or Kiwior at centre back?
Kiwior.
Nah,
Kiwior,
Kiwior
yeah.
is,
There you
go.
Kiwior
Kiwior,
is
there you
something
go.
crazy,
There you
bro.
go. I feel like
no,
we
no,
need
no.
to
But
put-
but
I feel
but
like
T,
we need
why
to
is that
put
the
Timber-
option?
No, listen. The reason why I'm saying this is I feel like Saliba can lock up Mbappe, and we need Timber on Vinny. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, but if you have Ben White on Vinny and then you have Timber on the right side, Timber can support
Ben White on Vinny.
No, it would be
Listen,
Timber
listen
on
to what I'm
Vinny.
saying. I'm saying if Ben White is on that side, Timber can support Ben White whenever needed to go, because Vinny's only dangerous when he's cutting in. He's not dangerous on the wing when he's crossing the ball. That's fine. But when he's cutting in to shoot, the other centre back on the right side closes that in, and that I trust Timber with. But if you play Timber on the right side, if you play Timber on the right side, guess what's going to happen? Vinny Jr. is going to keep making runs in the middle, and we're screwed because then
I think yeah,
he's
but
going
I think
against Ben White there.
I think we need Timber on right back because we need what he offers us going forward.
But that's the one reason why I'm okay with Ben White as right back, because Ben
Yeah.
White going forward as a right back actually is decent.
You
He
want
crosses
to
well,
bring
he makes runs.
you want to bring that triangle three of him, Erdegaard, and Saka. You want to get it back to its prime best, bro. You want it
Yeah.
to be at its prime best, where them three are just connecting together. That is magical.
And
bro.
Ben White, I'll say, even though I rate Timber, I think Timber is the best fullback in the league in my opinion.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I think one thing Ben
By
White
far,
does,
you want to say?
I was gonna say by far, but I'm trying to be a little less
Not by
shameless.
far. Only because of Trent.
But I swear to God, I think he's the best right back in the league, the best fullback in the league. But
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
one thing Ben White does a little better than Timber is his runs off the ball. His runs off the ball, like overlapping runs inside the box, and all that kind of stuff. I think he does a bit better. So it might give us something going forward.
Yeah, but I wonder if it is between Timber and Kiwior, who will play.
I really hope.
I'll tell you guys this: we don't lose a single thing defensively as a centre back pairing if Timber plays centre back.
No,
Because
You know what
Timber
pissed-
as
you
a
know what
centre back,
pissed me off the most?
that's we definitely will lose.
phenomenal.
You know,
we
you
won't
know
lose
what pissed me off the most? The fact that Calafiori is injured, bro. Because he would have been, he
Yeah,
would have
this
just played
bum.
left centre back and khalas, you know what I'm saying? But he just had to get injured again.
He's
Wallah,
a-
Bro,
he's a-
I
he's a-
have
actually insane, bro.
I have less patience for these guys. If he next season has similar injury problems, wallahi, I will not wait. Ship him off immediately.
Just sell him. Just sell him.
2
if it's an
seasons
injury-
max.
If it's an injury thing, there's one thing because I see
look,
T.
sell him.
I see T. No, hold on. I see T looking up, yeah, because he's like, oh, Sada's not glazing Calafiori all of a sudden.
No,
I-
that's not
there's
what I
one thing-
thought, but sure.
There's no, but regardless, people are gonna think that because I was sitting there and continuously backing him, even though
Me
everybody
too.
was
I
on
backed him as
everybody
well,
was
but
on his neck.
I backed
But
him as well. Don't get me wrong.
I'm fully up for backing him in regards to his defensive ability, and people saying, "Oh, he gets tossed about every time. He's out of position every time." I'm about protecting him in regards to that and saying, "Listen, it's a transitional period. It takes time to get used to the league."
But not the
But
injury.
the injury shit,
Yeah,
I'm not about all of
Yeah.
that, bro.
I
If you
would
got
say-
injuries, get out of here, bro.
yeah,
we don't
I would,
need you.
I would sell him, and on that same plane,
Already?
yeah, I'd sell him.
Yeah, I wouldn't sell him immediately. That's a bit too fast, though.
On that same plane, I'd put on Tomiyasu, I'd put on Zinchenko, I'd put on Trossard, I'd put on Martinelli, I'd put on Havertz, I'd put on Jesus. I'll just ship all these guys, just ship
But
them
you
out.
cannot do that though. You cannot do
No,
that.
but I'm just
Bro, they're
that
on the
is one
sale
thing
list.
I
Man said you
100%
can't do
agree
that,
with,
bro.
No, you cannot because
crazy.
Jesus is injured until like end of the year. No club will buy him. We have to
and
pay his
then
wages.
on a separate plane, and on a separate
not?
plane. No, not on the
A
same
separate
plane.
plane.
On a separate plane, I'd put on a very special individual that I think needs a first class flight. He needs to get there quicker, and that would be
Arteta?
Raheem Sterling. He needs to be on the.
Bro,
on,
he's
on
alone. He's alone. He's gonna leave.
Yes,
I don't know. I
Bro.
don't know why you're saying that because for me with Raheem Sterling, I would put him on a donkey, not even on a flight. Put him on a
Yeah, bro.
donkey,
Yeah,
hit
put
the
him
donkey,
on
the donkey
Havertz.
goes ee-oh, and then just let him walk back to
Put
London.
him on
Yeah,
Havertz, bro.
Yeah, put him on
Bro,
Havertz.
just
Yeah, exactly.
no, forget that, bro. Put him on a donkey.
But
Just pull the tail, bro. You pull the tail, go
players,
and start running.
no, hold on. But out of
Bro, he's
all the
gonna kick
players
you in the
that
face.
Listen, you.
but out of all the players,
And guys,
Run.
don't be
that we
deluded. We're
sell-
not letting go of more than 3 or 4 players this summer. Like it's
No,
not gonna
but
happen.
if we are going to keep one or two of them, I would keep Martinelli and Havertz if I had to keep two of them, only because
Whoa.
yeah,
I agree.
You lost me there, bro. You know what I'm saying?
no,
I
I'd keep
agree.
Martinelli. I'd
I
keep
agree.
Martinelli over Trossard 100%, and I'd keep Havertz over Jesus easily.
I'd keep Martinelli over Trossard depending on who we're getting. If we end up getting like a world-class left winger, then yes, fair enough. If we get a meaty left winger or an average left winger, then I don't know, bro. I don't know. Honestly,
You know the problem for me, yeah, in regards to this whole thing, yeah, is because I think we need to get into let's you know what? Let's just for a
Salah's
second,
contract.
let's speak about Salah's contract first because people are gonna say that we only speak about Arsenal. Salah pictured outside the docks or at the docks in Liverpool. Bro, the picture, he's wearing Liverpool kit. Do you know what I mean? He's wearing like a Liverpool jacket or vest. I don't know what it is. It might be like a fleece or something. I don't know. But he's wearing a Liverpool thing, but I think people are thinking it's like an announcement. I don't think it's like people are thinking it's gonna be an announcement for a new contract. Bro, he could
Why
be
would they
sitting
do it on a
there.
boat?
Yeah, he could be, you know what I mean? I mean, they're doing it near the docks, like sailing away. Do you know what I mean? Like, guys, all I'm saying is let's not get too excited and you man thinking, oh my god, he's signing. Because bro, that could very well be like an interview of him saying goodbye to the fans, bro. Like
I think
these
he
FSG
is
guys
signing.
can't be trusted. These FSG guys can't be trusted. But listen, it's in the balance at the moment. We don't know what's gonna happen.
Can I tell you guys this? This is something I said yesterday as well and got laughed at a bit. I said as much as I rate Salah and I think he's one of the best players in the world, I think the top 3 greatest Premier League players of all time, but I don't think that kind of market exists for Salah right now, unfortunately. Like in the big teams in Europe, because if you look at who could get him, the only team I can look at and say, okay, yes, I think he can go to that team is Bayern Munich, because I think they'll happily get him to start over Olise. Yeah. Maybe Inter Milan if he's willing to play striker.
Bro, Bayern won't take him over. But Bayern won't play him over Elise. It's impossible.
No, I think they maybe I don't know, but I think they might get serious.
Elise is one of their main attackers this year, bro.
Yeah, I hear you. But I was just thinking maybe there's an opportunity in case they really want to win the Champions League soon. But every other club you look at,
I'd say PSG probably.
PSG, no, bro. PSG have Dembele. Calm down. I'm talking about the top 5 leagues. PSG have Dembele. Real Madrid have Rodrigo, Vini, and Mbappe. Barcelona have Lamine Yamal. You look at the big teams; they actually probably don't need a winger, and I don't think he's going to go to another Premier League team. In my opinion, I really don't see him doing that, unless he really snakes Liverpool, which will be mad. But I don't see him doing that, to be honest. So I don't think that kind of market exists. I think if he does leave from Liverpool, his next destination will be Al Hilal or some club in Saudi. Just get a big payday and he plays at a high Asian level, I guess. But that's why I think he will end up renewing. Van Dijk, on the other hand, I can see him getting offers from big clubs. I can see him getting an offer from I don't know, from Madrid maybe, or from Bayern or PSG or even freaking what do you call Barcelona if they can make the money happen. So Salah, I don't think it'll be the exact same.
Yeah, look,
You're on mute.
I think I understand your point. I do understand your point, but I just feel like to be fair, he's accomplished everything that he needs to accomplish, man. That's what I've realized. Like these greats, like Premier League greats, like even De Bruyne. You saw the news today. Obviously, he's leaving, and it's like
greatest ever Premier League midfielder. Greatest.
Yeah, I agree. And I'm seeing a lot of people saying he's not even top 10, whatever, and all this kind of
shut up, man.
Yeah, kind
trying
of crap.
to be edgy with your freaking Gen Z kind of thing. He's not. Shut the hell up, bro. All these nostalgia merchants like Paul Scholes. Paul Scholes is rank one. Get the hell out of here.
He's easily like top 3 greatest Premier League midfielders of all time. In my opinion, he's not 3 or 2, but again, that can be debated. Because there are some quality midfielders in Premier League history, but for the goals per game ratio that he's got, for the amount of years he's spent in the Premier League and what he's achieved for the years he's been there, because obviously look, you have players like Scholes who have been there for a lot longer and things like that. But I just think even if you take away, and I know Ashraf obviously looks at stats a lot, but even if you take away his GA,
both stats and
his trophies, his achievements, just in terms of eye test, like even as an Arsenal fan, no Arsenal fan should ever speak down on De Bruyne, because he's literally got a catalogue of moments where he's destroyed Arsenal, a catalogue, just Arsenal by themselves. So he's probably one of the most feared players that I've watched when he plays up against Arsenal. He just assists, passing. He just got everything. He just
said Ashraf looks at stats and he just named stats to big up De Bruyne. Amazing.
No. I said look at stats, and I spoke about fear.
But fear from what? From what did he do that caused you fear?
No, but fear as in like he's just dangerous.
Yeah, why? Why is he dangerous? I played this game with LB yesterday. I'm gonna play it with you as well. Why is he dangerous?
No, don't play this game with me because I'm not LB. Okay, and
you'll lose the exact same way, bro.
No. Listen, I don't know who.
Why is he dangerous? Why is he dangerous?
The only LB I know is LB from DBE, but I don't know what you're on about.
Why is he dangerous? Why is he dangerous?
You need to sort your mustache out.
Why is he dangerous? Maybe you need to sort your whole face out.
That's actually dangerous.
You need to sort your whole face out, bro. Yo, your man bun is dangerous.
Why is he? We're back, people.
Why is he? No. He's trying.
Falling into your
this
food.
is Isak 2.0 for you guys who remember the video. Don't let me expose you about what you said about Arteta last week. So calm down.
You're wearing.
What did you say? What did you say?
Hold on a minute. What did he say about Arteta last week?
We'll leave that for another time.
Wait. He's already said it in the stream.
Why?
I said if Luis Enrique comes, I'd sack Arteta for him. But anyway.
Yeah. Wait. Soul.
Anyway.
Don't run away. Why are you running away? You're scared of the challenge. Okay, why is KDB dangerous?
Because he scares me when it comes to eye test.
How?
When I look at a lion, I don't think about why I'm scared of it. I look at it and I'm scared of it. Do you know what I mean?
So what has KDB done to cause you that to make you think he's like that?
I think his posture, his height, his I don't know why are you laughing.
Guys, this is what happens.
Bro, it's crazy.
Guys, this is what happens, right? When someone who says, I don't look at stats, right? And you question them, let them just keep questioning them. Eventually, they'll start looking like idiots.
Brother,
LB, big up LB.
He wants to be a millionaire.
Big up LB. But yesterday, big up LB. But yesterday, he was like, Rodrigo is clear of Saka. So I was like, okay, let's look at that theory.
Impossible.
Rodrigo's clear at Saka. Why is he clear from Saka? Like, what does he do better than Saka? What does he do better than Saka? No, he's just a better footballer. Okay, how is he a better footballer? Oh yeah, technically he's a lot better. Okay, if let's say Rodrigo's playing for your team, what does him being technically better mean? What does it matter to your team? Let's say Rodrigo's playing for Man City and he's technically better than every player in the league. One second. I'm coming to it. How does him being technically better help you in City? It helps me because it lets us win more games. How does it let you win more games? What do you mean? How does it let you win more games? I'm like, how does it let you win more games? His technical ability, because he's able to pass the ball to Haaland and Haaland can score. I'm like, LB, that pass to Haaland, what do you call that pass? Assist. That's a stat. So Saka has more of those pass to Haaland kind of passes than Rodrigo. Saka has more goals than Rodrigo. Saka
LB.
has more chances created than Rodrigo.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
what Souls just did right now.
No, that's
So when
what I
you
did.
press these people, when you
LB,
press these people, they get back into a corner.
LB, if you want me to, I think you approached the argument wrong. A technical ability is a thing. A player can have a better technical ability than another player, and it doesn't always have to benefit them in a contextualized way. It can just mean
as a winger, it's pointless. It's the most useless thing as a winger if you don't have stats.
It's not because I would rather, even though Salah is so much better than Hazard, I would always rather watch Hazard than watch Salah. Always.
That's not the point. He didn't say that. He said, I want the player that helps me.
Rodrigo's more technically gifted.
Yes, because he said the reason you didn't watch the show. He's saying so Rodrigo's more technically gifted. He's a better footballer because he helps you win more games, right?
If Rodrigo helps you, this is LB from El Ahwa.
No, bro, LB Man City fan, the proper Manchester.
When was LB on Al Ahwa, bro?
Yeah, exactly. My point is, when it comes to wingers, strikers, and even attacking midfielders, the only thing that matters are three things: goals, assists, chances created. How you get those doesn't matter. So Haaland is nowhere near Isak or nowhere near Harry Kane when it comes to technical ability. But nobody thinks Haaland is crap as a striker compared to these guys. Name me one winger in the history of football that's considered legendary but has shit stats. Name one. That has crap stats. No, he doesn't. Hazard has very good stats. It's not as good as Salah. That's all.
What's his highest Premier League goal tally?
I don't know, 15, 16, I can't remember, but he has assists to go with it.
I think it was less.
So what's the point?
I think it was
No, it wasn't. He has one where it was like 15 plus. I remember. I'll tell you right now. It's good. Hazard stats, Chelsea, Premier League only, bro. He had. I don't know why it doesn't go beyond 2014. 2014, 2015, he had 14 goals, 9 assists. 2016, 2017, he had 16 goals, 5 assists. And 2018, 2019, he had 16 goals and 15 assists in the Premier League alone. Yeah, exactly. So shut up. Shut up.
Listen.
And Yasser is like, nah, wallah, he's stinker and hooked Ashraf. I don't know if you're referring to me or to Souls, but if it's mine, nothing I've said has been debunked. No attacker, no winger in the history of football, legendary winger, I'm talking about the ones that we consider like the greatest of the greatest, has bad stats. Wingers. Because your job is to score, assist, or create chances. That's it.
No.
And by the way, you can use this. I'll just end on this. Wallahi, you can use this for central midfielders. I give the example. Every position in football, there are stats to compute what that player does. You know how people were saying things about, Pedri, the best player in the world this season. Pedri is the example of why stats don't really matter because he doesn't have the stats, but he's the best player in the world. I read a stat 2 days ago, whoscored.com, so a very reliable source, that said no central midfielder in the top 5 leagues in Europe this season has won more possession than Pedri and has created more chances from open play than Pedri. Those are stats. Those are stats. The stats don't have to be goals and assists only. It depends on the position. If I'm comparing centre backs, I'm not looking at goals and assists.
So what stats can you provide to tell me that Yamal is better than Saka?
I mean, in terms of goals, assists, and chance creation, I think they've been very similar. I actually think Yamal has been better in terms of chance creation this season, if I'm not wrong, and even assists. I think Saka has been a better goal scorer.
Isn't that because of how many games they played, or is that per night?
No, goals per game. No,
I'm talking about goals per game.
No, check it. No, don't just make blanket statements.
I'll open it right here. You're
gonna get him to bring the freaking thing up, man.
Yeah, he wants it. He wants it.
No. When Saka got injured,
and this is why I said I'm a both merchant, because when the stats are super close, I'm okay with looking at.
I'm so sorry, Natalie.
But when the stats,
I'm so sorry. These men talk fast. Ash talks fast in general, anyway. So
yeah, I do speak fast.
My bad. He speaks
my bad. The reality is, when stats are so close, you need to look at eye test. But when the stats are far away, eye test is irrelevant.
So what's eye test? What's eye test then?
Like dribbling, nutmegs, someone who looks better on the eye, but in the end does nothing in the game. Yes,
aesthetically pleasing. Rather than, but even then.
Can I give you guys an example? Alan Maxima. Alan Saint-Maximin.
Yeah,
That's an example.
you could be aesthetically pleasing and still not have like the goals or assists to go with it. I think for certain people, like they look at players. I think a lot of people look at it like as at a surface level. Like they don't actually go deep into like what makes players great. And if you look at the players and what makes them great, what makes all these players great is the numbers and how much they've put up in the game. Like Saka, to consistently do what he does, season in, season out, is worth more. Like a big team would look more at what a Saka is doing rather than what a Savinho is doing, or what a Doku is doing, or what a, do you know what I mean? These players that are aesthetically pleasing on the eye is great. Do you know what I mean? It's great for the fans who are watching the game. Yeah, but if you're looking at a player and how teams, if you're looking at how teams will actually value a player and say that's a player that would give us the highest possibility of winning a trophy, they would look at they would look at the profile of Mohamed Salah, they look at the profile of Bukayo Saka. Maybe they're not as aesthetically pleasing as people would like to say, but they are still efficient.
Players like Mane, Salah, Saka, the efficiency, I call them efficiency merchants, because their main aim is to contribute, whether it's a goal, an assist, etc.
That's the job. That's football.
Yeah. And this is why I prefer those sort of wingers. But don't get it twisted. Watching players like Saint-Maximin, players like Savinho, players like Doku, watching these sort of wingers, yes, they are fun to watch, and you see them rip a man and get past the man. You think, oh yeah, madness. But look, I think to link back to the overall point about
because
we've diverted. De Bruyne is off. Salah, again, we don't know. He's 50-50 right now. No one can predict. But if he is off, he probably deserves to go, and everyone should be happy for him. And if he is going to stay, then Liverpool fans should kind of. But I agree with Ash though that I don't think Liverpool fans should be thanking Salah for staying if he does stay, because I don't think he has a lot of opportunities, especially in like top European football. Like I think he does.
If you look at Salah though, if you look at Salah here and you look at the situations, that he's got, the situation that he's got right now, in my opinion, it's the perfect time for him to leave.
Same, yeah.
But like, if you look at it, it's the perfect time for him to leave because they're about to win the title. Do you know what I mean? He's going to celebrate with the fans, leaving on a good note. I think that's why, FSG and him and, Van Dijk, they're all, do you know what I mean? They're all trying to, they probably want long-term contracts because they want to say, if I'm staying, that I need to stay for a bit. Do you know what I mean? I want to retire at this club. If I'm going to stay here, I want to retire at Liverpool. But for Van Dijk can leave now. I do agree with Ash in what he's saying. I don't think Salah can go to top teams now just because of how much quality they have in the right wing position. But listen, to be honest, you could still see a top team maybe come in for Salah and play him at striker. We've seen him do that role before.
Inter Milan.
He could still play them at striker.
Bro. He's shit at striker.
No, but we've still seen him playing that role, so he could get utilized by a different manager. Do you know what I mean?
Terribly.
With different tactics. No, with different tactics. We've not seen him in different tactics where he's played actually as a striker role, apart from when it was under Klopp. Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying.
And by the way, even Hussam would agree with me when I say Salah is not good as a striker.
What about
That's
second
fine,
striker?
But Hussam has some good takes and some bad takes. It's not
as second striker. If he has someone
all I'm saying is,
why would he talk negatively about literally his GOAT?
Because he might not see the potential of him playing at striker. I'm talking about,
bro. He's 32, bro. What you mean?
I'm talking. So here's the thing for me, Here's the thing for me. No, because there's potential for him to play as a striker role. The reason why I say potential is because when you see Salah has shown that he has multiple aspects to his game. He's got multiple different ways he can play. He can give you the goal scoring consistently. He can give you the playmaking consistently, which he done
If
with
you play him
the
at
likes
right
of the
position.
strikers. And
Yes.
no, hold on. But we've even seen him at striker, and he's played good at striker.
No,
People
he's
saying
been
he played
useless as a
trash.
striker. No, that's not true. He's not been good as a striker. You're wrong. You're literally
In
wrong.
one of
you have
in the
been speaking here. One of you have
in the
been speaking.
1920
You don't
season,
watch games.
in the 1920 season,
Okay.
correct me if I'm
6
wrong,
years ago.
Liverpool
6
fans.
years ago.
I
6 years
don't
ago,
care
by the
about
way.
6 years
6
ago.
years ago, by the way.
I don't care though.
Firmino.
In the 90s,
Firmino started as a striker.
in the night, no. There was games.
In the
Hold on, can I just talk without you guys interrupting? In
Yeah,
the
but Sad,
1920
don't
season,
have another
there
stinker
was a moment. Hold on. There was a moment. There was a period. You can go check it. If it is the 1920 season, it might have been the 2021. But there was a period where Firmino was actually injured and Salah was playing up top for them, bro. I remember he was playing sick. He was playing sick, bro. The guy got a freaking hat trick at freaking at striker, bro. So how are we saying, Salah doesn't know how to play striker? He's so shit there.
Hey guys,
we've seen this guy be able to play multiple positions.
Iniesta, let's not look at Iniesta in Japan, because when Iniesta was at Barca, he was an amazing midfielder. You know what I'm saying? Bro, you're talking about 5, 6 years ago.
What are we doing here, bro?
6
But
years ago.
we're talking. He's doing
32.
Bro. Ya hawla wala quwwata illa billah. So we're talking about Salah.
Listen,
hold on a minute. Hold on. No. Hold on a minute.
Listen,
hold on a minute, bro.
Listen, you
waffled.
Listen. You waffled, and now you listen to me.
I didn't waffle. You waffling, bro.
You talk about 6 years ago. I'm talking about this season or last season.
So hold on.
When he played striker, he was ass.
You're saying
Liverpool
that he's
fans.
What, this season he's played arse at striker?
Yeah,
brother. Listen, if you go to a different system,
listen. You need to understand.
If you go to a system, like what Ash just said, big up Ash.
You don't watch Liverpool.
No, hold on.
Liverpool games. When Salah plays at striker, he is not involved. He's isolated. Okay, you don't watch Liverpool games, bro. When this guy plays striker, he doesn't drop deep, so he gets isolated and he's there on an island on himself. He doesn't get the ball as much.
I can't lie. I agree with T, bro. He wouldn't work. If you said second striker, I'd understand. Second striker behind the main guy. But if you're saying main striker, I don't think he can do it.
What about in a different system? A system that can incorporate a striker like that, somebody that doesn't necessarily track back, like Inzaghi's system.
Why would you buy Salah to play striker,
because that's maybe what they want to do, bro. He's shown that he could do it before, previously in previous seasons, bro.
Yeah, I think in a logical sense,
like,
if you look at it,
I don't.
If you're buying a 32-year-old,
Ali, you're in the comments. Ali, can you tell us when did Salah play as a striker, which season, and was he actually good at it or not? By the way, Saad, that's a bad argument. If he did it 6-7 years ago, it doesn't mean shit then, right? Does it?
No, but I'm still saying that he's. Listen, if you're playing as a striker, I don't care what age has to do with anything, bro. Yeah, because Salah still shows now that his ability on the ball has not faltered, his shooting has not faltered, and his IQ has not faltered. Why would it be different because of age? What does age have to do with playing striker, where you don't even need to run, you don't even need to put out that much energy, bro, at times.
Bro, here Ali himself is saying it. On the club, when we chase games, Salah goes striker and does nothing. This is a Liverpool fan who watches him.
There was a time where he came in for Firmino and was scoring mad goals, bro. But either way, listen.
And there was a time where Henry played for, and there was a time where Henry played for Arsenal and was a good footballer. Should we get him as a striker right now? No.
Thank you, Marco. Thank you. I feel like you lot have to understand that Salah in a system that incorporates the striker being the main figure.
Yeah.
If you look at the way, here's the thing. Here's the thing.
While he's on an island on his own.
Here's the thing for me, yeah. If you look at the way that Liverpool plays and the way that they have played, there's at times they do prioritize the wing backs, they do prioritize or the left back, the full backs, and they prioritize the creativity from the full backs, and they prioritize the wingers who are coming in as inside forwards. So sometimes maybe if Salah doesn't look good at striker, it's because the wingers are getting more opportunities in this and that. But All I'm saying, okay, maybe then we can have that conversation then, Ali. If you're saying maybe in a 4-4-2 it can work, then maybe we can have that conversation. Because maybe in a 4-4-2, saying what Ash said, a second striker, whatever.
And
But all I'm saying,
Inter doesn't play 4-4-2, by the way. So there you
yes, okay, no, but with Inter, I still said they have a striker who can come in, who is able to be utilized in that role correctly, bro. So I think for me, Salah can do that job. But regardless, let's move on from this. By the way, I just want to say my bit on De Bruyne. I put a tweet out anyway saying he's an absolute, he's one of the best midfielders we've seen in the last decade. Absolutely a monumental figure for English football, Kevin De Bruyne, and the fact that he's leaving this season, it leaves a massive hole in Man City and a massive hole in the Premier League, because I don't see us getting another midfielder that can do what he does. I know people talk about Wirtz, I know people talk about this, talking about that. I don't think people can have the same effect that De Bruyne had on the pitch. This guy won 6 Premier Leagues and won 1 Champions League and was instrumental in every single aspect of them winning all of those trophies.
Except the final.
I'm done. Okay, except for the final. But I'm done now. Let's move on. Let's move on to our favorite little part of the show. Transfer show. Do you know what I mean? The transfers. Victor GYOKERES. We'd have bombers we had bombers all week, man. All week we've had bombers left, right, and center.
Yeah, no one's allowed to call me deluded apart from my mum, dad, and Allah God.
What is this?
Shout out Ty.
Wait, what's this?
Did he say that?
Happened? Oh, did Ty say that?
Did he actually say that?
I big up Ty, shout him out now, because you know it is. He's been battling the fans for years.
I'm so confused, bro. Listen.
You
all
most
I know
deluded
is,
man out there.
I don't know why Ty gets so.
I'm triggered now.
I don't know why Ty gets so.
No, I'm triggered now. Ashraf, you can't call him deluded unless you're Allah God or his mum or dad.
Deluded. He is deluded.
No, but who are you to call him deluded? Who are you to call him deluded?
No, come on, man.
Deluded.
Big up Ty. Big up Ty for the banter. But brother,
He
like,
said,
If it's banter, then he's got elite banter.
Ty said,
yeah, but as a serious football takes, it's laughable.
No, it's not laughable. Ty said
it's laughable.
Ty said we're going to beat Real Madrid 4-0 in aggregate. That's
stupid.
Stupid. No. But is it mathematically? No. Is it mathematically impossible?
Yes.
No.
Okay. I could go and land Rihanna right now and snatch her out of a fucking ASAP Rocky.
We probably
hands.
Wait.
It's mathematically possible.
It's not possible. No, it's not.
One in a million.
No, it's mathematically impossible. It's mathematically impossible.
I'll tell you why. We might have a 5%. No. Wait. We might have a 5% chance.
Fucking piece of shit.
Wait. We might have a 5% chance.
Don't drop me like that.
No. Wait. We might.
What? No. Uqsam billah, I was saying it's mathematically impossible for us to beat Madrid. Not you for Rihanna.
Oh, okay, yeah. I thought you were supposed to hype me up, bro. I can get Rihanna.
You got Rihanna.
Bro. Come on, bro. I can get Rihanna. Reread, bro.
Okay, with your moustache.
Come on, man.
Let me finish.
Bro, shut up, man. Look at your shape up, bro. Your shape up. Your edges are looking brazy.
Listen, madness. Hey, madness. Let me see what's going on.
I listen, man.
I love it.
Let me say something, please. We probably have a 5% chance of beating Madrid 4-0 in aggregate. And Sad,
no, we don't.
Sad,
no, we don't.
You have a 0.0000001% chance of ever even seeing Rihanna. Let alone
we have a 0.0000001% of beating Madrid by 4 goals.
No one will believe you. How?
That's not stupid.
Based on what?
Because we watch football for the last 20 years and we can tell based on what happens in the last couple of years and based on the teams that are playing what's going to happen.
Okay, so what chance did what mathematical chance did Preston North End?
I agree, that's fun.
What mathematical chance did Preston North End have at beating Liverpool?
Oh, wait, hold on. Did Preston North End beat them, or was it Plymouth Argyle?
Plymouth.
Whatever one it was, they're both crap.
Plymouth. I'll tell you. That's a good question. I think Plymouth had like a 25% chance of beating a second or third string Liverpool.
That is the best. He is so. You're deluded.
I'm not. Can you name the 11 that Liverpool started that game?
Yes, Harvey Elliott. Anyway, what I'm trying to say to you is this.
Man, they were like one player, and not even he couldn't.
No,
even
do you know
name
what?
the
I'm looking
goalkeeper,
at.
which is a
No,
bait
I'm
one,
looking
bro.
at. Wait, I'm giving Ashraf a red
Guys,
card.
Brother, we
guys,
don't even need to see the
I'm
emojis,
telling
bro.
you.
Big up your
I'm
mum,
telling
by
you,
the way,
whenever-
because she actually fought for that, bro.
Yeah, she did.
Hey
she
guys,
did.
if you
Hold on.
saw backstage, yeah, his mum was fighting for that emoji, bro. So
Yeah,
I'm not
listen,
leaving.
big
here,
up my
bro, without
Marge.
it.
Listen, big up my mum.
Big up
Hold
the
on.
mumsy, man.
I
Big
know
up
I have
mumsy.
2 seconds.
But hold on.
No.
But bro,
Why,
you're just
Ashraf,
waffling.
you have no right to say that we can't beat Real Madrid 4-0. Yes, it's
I have
unlikely.
every right to say.
No. Yes, it's unlikely, but
It's
you
impossible.
can't call someone deluded on
Deluded.
an opinion based question.
I can when
It's
that
not
opinion.
a factual based question. If I ask you right now, are we going to beat Real Madrid? You say no, I say yes. It's opinion based.
Delusion means you're living in something that is not perceived as reality. It's
Yes,
not reality.
and the reality is
to
we can't beat Real
assume
Madrid.
it's not a reality to assume that an injured, beat down Arsenal, right, who even at their best will probably not win, can beat a full strength Real Madrid that is currently today this season competing for a treble. They're in the finals of the cup. They're 3 points behind in the league and are one of the favorites for the Champions League.
Yeah, no, but that's not what Saad said though. Saad said
Let's relax.
but Saad said that we can beat Real Madrid.
Yes,
I'm talking about the 4-0.
Here's the thing.
I'm talking about the
give
4-0, by the way.
for us just to beat them over 2 legs. No, hold on. It wasn't even just to beat them over 2 legs. I still said we're gonna lose over 2 legs. I said to beat them in that first game. Yeah, to beat them, and I said it's a 1-0.
If we don't believe,
you're sitting here.
No.
Hold on, Souls, hold on, because you've done a lot of waffling. You sat here and you're trying to fight a battle for somebody saying we can win 4-0 on aggregate. That means that somehow, some way, we don't let Real Madrid score not one goal.
Yeah.
And on top of that, we blammed them with 4 goals, 2 in the first game at home, and then somehow we go to the Bernabeu with balls of steel, and then we score 2 more goals on top of that.
Okay, do you believe?
Does that make sense?
Okay,
I've seen
this is Souls' brain, just all jumbled up, no freaking common sense, nothing. Everything's gone like him.
You've got that in your bedroom, though.
Habibi, I will solve it. I will solve it now in a few minutes, and you will never be able to do that. I will solve it.
If you solve it, you're a G.
Any grown man over the age of 30,
you think I cannot? Okay. You know what?
I don't think
over the age of 30 playing with Rubik's cubes in his room needs.
It's because I don't like using. You know that stress ball people use. I don't like using that. I'd rather, for me, this is a stress buster. And speaking to you is proper stress.
That's true.
Speaking to you is proper. Yeah.
It's a little truck, bro. It's a little truck.
It doesn't work for me. It doesn't work for me.
Do you believe we can go through? Forget the score over the 2 legs.
I don't think we can go through.
Terence, why are you cursing us out, bro?
Terence. What the hell,
Terence, bro?
Terence.
Why are you cursing us out, bro?
Terence.
Yo, mods.
Wait, stop.
Mods, ban him.
Don't ban him.
Okay, delete the comment.
Don't delete the comment. Terence Tibbs, buck me, N19.
Relax.
Yeah, exactly. Let me
don't.
To be honest, he said big up Rubik's. He said big up Rubik's cube. So big up.
Yeah, your last statement and this statement definitely don't connect. But anyway, let me finish. What I'm saying.
Terry Tibbs.
Yeah. Why for that?
Fridge freezer. Talk to me.
Don't ever say Tibbs like that.
Bro, you're such a child.
Do you believe we can go through against Madrid over 2 legs? Is yes or no question?
No.
I don't believe we can go over the 2 legs.
So if we and do you believe the Arsenal players should follow the same mentality as you guys?
No, we shouldn't follow the same mentality.
Exactly. If we don't believe we can go through over 2 legs, what's the point turning up?
Yes, but that's the difference. The difference is the fans have one way of thinking, and the club always has another way of thinking.
No, you're not a fan. You're a supporter. You're a supporter. You're meant to support the team. It's one common goal.
Okay, but here's the thing. There's blind support where you're just blindly supporting the team. Of course, I'm going into it and I'm hoping that we beat them. But if I'm talking realistically and I'm talking objectively, the likelihood of us beating them over 2 legs is very low.
It is low.
But let's not act like I'm like, what are you trying to say? Oh, you have to be a supporter. You can support your team on the day, but bro, you could. Yes, but hold on, brother. You're telling me that does the team think the same thing that you think? I hope they don't. They're the team. They're supposed to be going out and thinking, yeah, we can beat these guys. They're on a
Exactly.
level
It's
playing
such
field
a
with
stupid
us.
argument,
Like,
Souls,
bro.
honestly.
How is it a
Anyway,
stupid argument?
listen. Enough
Because
about
what
this.
we are saying, we're
Enough-
making predictions.
Nah,
The
hold
team
on.
should not go based on predictions. They should obviously go on like
Listen,
belief. We're not the
enough
players
about this
playing on the
waffle.
pitch.
Enough about this waffle. I don't want to talk
okay.
about
So,
this. I don't want to talk
you're
about.
going based on false hope.
Wallahi, Uqsimu billah, I don't want to talk about this, guys. Listen, we need to. This guy with the beard is too emotional.
I
to be honest.
listen.
Hey.
Terence Tibbs. I Tubby Tibbs. Listen
I
up
don't know.
to me,
I don't know why he called you Mustafa earlier. And he also said,
Mustafa's
man looks like the bushy cross.
bro, murderer. Yeah, this you is definitely from Canada or something. I listen, Terence Tibbs. Listen, Tubby
Bruh.
Tibbs. Yeah, listen. I know you're probably living inside basement or something. Listen, look, I know you're probably living inside basement or something. Listen up, yeah. Listen, look, I'm dissecting bare madness. Like you have to understand, I'm the king of mind games. We can all get into that. It's
Kyle
calm.
Clifford.
We're
Oh my
always
God.
here.
Bro, we
Terence
shouldn't even
Tibbs.
laugh at this stuff.
No,
This
it's fun.
guy.
He's like, I'm
This
from
guy
London.
said it. This guy said, I
Give
look
me
like
the
bush- he looks like
location.
the bushy
What
guy.
part of London are you from? Because we're all governed. We're all about. Tell me now.
Bro, what is this, man?
N2.
What is this? Is that you, bro?
Who's that?
That's the guy he's talking about, bro. That's what he looks like.
Oh my god, you know this you? I saw it on the news as well.
Holy
Bro, this guy.
shit.
Wait,
That actually
yeah.
looks.
Yeah, but I can't
Bruh,
lie. No, hold
There's
on,
some resemblance. I'm not
Now
gonna
listen.
lie.
No, hold on. I can't lie.
Listen.
Why are you using
Firstly,
that as an example, though?
fuck that guy because he actually killed people. So fuck that
Exactly.
guy.
What
He's a
Oh
piece of
yeah.
shit.
example.
I didn't
and
know
he's-
that. Wallah, I didn't
And
know that.
also, he's the worst type of human being possible. Fuck that guy. You fucking piece of shit. What's his name? Kyle Clifford. You fucking piece of shit. Fuck you. Yeah, you fucking kill people. You piece of
Yeah.
shit. Anyway, so listen. Oh, actually, he said it from London. He said Islington.
Oh, he's local. He's local.
I bro. I Terry, I need you to.
Tibbs, shout at me, G.
Listen.
I went CNI college. I was always in Islington. I'm about.
CNI college is
Shout
crazy.
me.
CNI college is crazy.
You know. Anyway, listen, it's all
Hey.
love anyway, bro.
But
It's all
anyway,
love. Anyway.
of course it is. I don't think you're serious, and neither is Terry
Of
Tibbs.
course, bro. I'm obviously
serious.
not-
But
I'm obviously
regardless,
not-
listen, that's not what I was trying to talk about. Yeah, I'll be real. This is what we need to discuss. Yeah.
Mm.
I'll hold that. He just had to do one little dunk before we move on. Yeah. Anyway,
C and I.
hey, listen. He said, "Did you go Highbury Grove?"
Yeah, I think this you knows me. I'll box you in a minute. This is probably one of my boys, you know. This is probably one of my boys.
Hey,
It
it might be, bro. Who knows? It might be. Nah, but I've seen Terence Tibbs on loads of streams. Anyway, listen. Let's speak about the transfer news because we need to discuss this.
We still haven't talked about it.
Yeah, bro, we haven't. Victor Gyökeres linked to the club, and Nico Williams linked to the club. A lot of people saying, I've seen a lot of people are saying, "Oh, why are we getting Victor Gyökeres? He's not going to fit the club. He's not going to fit Arteta's system. This and that, da da, blah 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 blah."
We don't listen to those people, Sad. We don't listen.
No,
Yeah,
but
we
I
don't.
have to get everybody.
Those people need help.
Is everybody in this stream right now on the panel? Is everybody under the assumption that Gyökeres is a good signing? He fits the system and he will score loads of goals for us.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
He's not my first option.
Listen.
No,
before you
he's
continue,
nobody.
Yeah, let me say
He's
one thing.
nobody's first option. Nobody's first
listen.
option is Gyökeres. It's
But he's a
Bro,
good
this
option.
guy
Is that completely
Hey,
true?
bro.
Marshall,
You know what?
you did it.
Bro. This guy is such a kid, bro. He's such a child, bro.
No, fair
It's
play,
crazy.
fair play. I
Playing with
can't deal
toys,
this.
bro. Playing your toys at your big age, bro. You've got kids.
No, I
Ah,
can't do
why
it.
are you
Like,
changing your
bro.
tune?
Family.
Yeah,
Bro,
I
Why are you
can't do it.
changing your
You got
tune?
kids.
I can't do it.
5
You got
minutes
family,
ago,
bro.
5 minutes ago, you were saying, if you do this, oh, bro, if you do it, what happened
So
now?
hold on.
Why are you
Bro,
changing your tune?
So hold on. Can I just say something? Can I say something? Yeah.
Yeah.
1 second. Let's let my man just take out his hair, yeah, so he could just flex on people. I don't know what's going on, bro. What is this? Listen, you are a father. You've got kids. You've got a family. Grow up, yeah. You fraud. I didn't even do that. Do you know what I mean?
Whoever did that, whoever did that,
So your hair looks a little bit
Doesn't
thinner,
he? Doesn't
bro.
he look?
Why is that,
Does he,
bro?
bro? Doesn't he look
wet,
like Roman
it's wet, it's wet.
Reigns? Does he look like Roman Reigns? Kind of.
I was gonna say
No,
Seth Rollins.
he looks
but
like
okay.
Abdullah Reigns. That's
hold
how
on,
he
what
looks
the
like, bro.
fuck?
Alright, TK, take your hat off. Take your hat off, TK.
No, I'm not doing that, bro. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
mind
tie
game.
my
Yeah, 'cause you know what? Everyone's gonna
Mind game.
no, stop. Do you know why? Everyone's on a grilling thing.
I
First of
love
all,
it, bro.
because I'm gonna start sending it. First of all, I can't see Ash's hairline. His corners are pushed. They're quay. Yeah. So wait.
It's at least
Wait,
it's
no, hold
natural.
on,
I didn't.
hold on.
I'm not putting a wig on at least.
I'll tell you what Sad and Ash have in
Machine gun
common.
belly.
Sad and Ash only grow hair at the bottom of their chin. On their face, they can't grow any facial hair.
Yeah, bro. But at least
you don't have permanent sideburns.
at least we don't have. At least we don't have that kind of face like Machine Gun Belly, bro. Calm the hell down.
Okay,
Ash,
let me say one thing about
that
GYOKERES.
joke only makes sense to people that have seen me like in person, like, you know what I mean?
I've seen you in person, and to me, it's funny. So I know why I'm laughing.
No, hold on. Exactly. So, but the joke has to make sense.
Anyway, listen, you got a long face, bro. You got a long face.
Wearing his,
you got a long face.
Bug Sony headphones.
Are you skunk? Are you on drugs? Are you mentally ill? Like, bro, these are beats by
Bro,
Dr. Dre, bro.
At least all of us have proper gear. This guy comes with his $25. He comes with his $11 headphones, right? That when he speaks, like the kind of feedback we get from your thing.
Okay, guys. I have a
AFTV souls. AFTV souls.
Wait, I have a confession, guys. For everyone in the chat. Ash spent $100 on his microphone, and his channel's only got 20 followers.
Qasaman billah, I didn't spend $100. You know how much I spent? I spent $300. $300.
You know what?
Hold on, his channel does it. His channel has like 1.9k or something or 2k, bro.
No, you know
$300.
No, you know what? By the way, guys, anyone in the chat,
guys, mic. You don't know about that life.
Guys, anyone in the chat,
Guys,
don't think that.
If we don't stay with the program, this stream is gonna take 3
no,
hours.
not that.
Hey, hold on.
Bear in mind that this is just banter. Ash is my brother. I love him.
I listen.
In real life, in person, his family.
So, shut your mouth, bro. Anyway, listen, I'm gonna drop this right now, yeah. I'm gonna drop this right now. Let me just drop the final hammer, yeah. Let me just drop the final hammer. Why for that, yeah? On this Souls guy, yeah. You've got diarrhea, love. Anyway, listen. Guys,
no, explosive diarrhea. Explosive diarrhea.
Right, you know what? I have to say fair play. He's right because look,
bro.
Hey,
bro, do you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Guys, I'll say this back to football. I rate GYOKERES. I don't rate.
And Ashraf's got verbal diarrhea.
I don't rate, bro. You yourself admitted last week I have the best ball knowledge here, so calm the hell down. I don't rate Nico Williams. I think Nico Williams is a bit overhyped.
I rate him. Wallah,
he's the guy, bro. Again,
here's the thing. Why do you? No. Hold on. Explain to me why you don't rate him. Don't just say you don't rate him. I need you to explain to me.
Yeah, because I've watched him a couple of times this season when he's a good dribbler, but he doesn't end up finishing well, bro. He never gets into good positions. He doesn't end up creating like dangerous chances. I remember this. To be honest, it's against Barcelona, so maybe I shouldn't hold it that much against them. But actually, these are the kind of games I'd want to see my winger do something. Because if we get a left winger, I expect him to show up in the big games. I don't expect him to only show up in the smaller games. And I don't think Nico Williams does that consistently. And bro, the last thing is stats 100% matter, man. If you have a winger who doesn't get a good enough goal contribution playing for a good team like Bilbao, where, you know, like, I understand Barcelona, Real Madrid, Atletico, fair enough, but what about the other games? I just don't think Nico Williams is that kind of. I would much rather get Rafael Leao, in my opinion.
I agree with Ashraf.
Yeah, you know what?
Not Leao,
that's an absolute.
Can I speak?
Stinker.
You guys have been speaking for the last hour. Let me speak. Let me
say that.
To be honest, he hasn't spoken.
Wallah, this guy has to keep talking, bro.
I'll let you speak. Hold on. I'll let you speak.
This guy, bro. Okay,
can I just
keep talking, bro. 1.5 hours you keep talking.
You know what I mean?
Hold on. I'm just gonna say this and then T can speak, bro. That is one of the worst takes I've ever heard in my life. To want to take Rafael Leao, you're clearly brain dead.
I agree.
Anyway, go ahead, T, bro.
That's an Ashraf stinker,
bro.
Ashraf stinker.
Yeah, stinker and hook.
Well, not a
anyway, sorry. Go ahead, T, bro. This guy wants to get me. This guy wants to get me dribble. I don't know what to do with it. Yeah,
he has good stats.
Go ahead.
That's your Nico Williams.
Stats merchant.
That's your Nico Williams.
What?
So why do you want Nico Williams then? Because he scored a goal in the Euros.
Having a stinker aside.
No, it's not
Having a
because it's not because he's scored a goal in the Euros. If you look
This is the
overall-
same guy who was saying
If
play
you look-
Salah as a striker.
That's a stinker. That is.
It's not even a stinker, bro. I explained the reason why, but anyway, when it comes, sorry, go ahead, T. You know what?
Yeah,
I'm not
you
gonna get into
explained
it.
why, and
Let's-
T. You explained
let-
why, and
let's
T
let- let's let
absolutely
T-
cooked you.
Let's
You
let T-
explained why, and T absolutely cooked you. So
Are we-
No,
are
no,
we
I
like-
explained.
are we in
I
agreement
explained
now?
about. I explained about the IQ of the player, and you lot are clearly too brain dead to realize what I was trying
Yeah,
to say.
mental. But
You
Ash,
lot,
that's-
you lot always
that's what
look
it
at it
is.
from a
Yeah, that's
surface
what it is.
level, bro. You know what I
No,
mean?
yeah,
but
T.
I-
What do
I-
you? T. What do you think?
Think
T.
the
What do you
season-
think?
bro.
And we're all in agreement that Sads
Guys,
had
let
most
T
stinkers this
talk
season.
for God's sake.
No,
Brother,
no,
you've had
speak.
the
Allah,
most
speak.
stinkers, bro.
No,
Chill
you
out, bro.
definitely had more stinkers.
Brother,
Definitely had
you
more
sat there. You
Wait.
sat there and
You
told us
said
you
Tonali is
said,
the Premier League team of the season.
brother, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. You said to us with a straight face, you'd keep freaking Arteta for another season, even
Yeah,
if he
that's
doesn't
not-
win anything.
Yeah, that's
Are you
poor.
crazy? Are you skunked?
Tonali in team of the season is one of the worst takes in Premier League history. I mean, let's be honest there. It's a
You know what?
stinker.
Listen. It's okay, man. There was a bit of racismo going on here, bro. Do you know what I mean? Against Italian people, yeah. I'm with you guys. Italia, Forza Italia. Do you know what I mean? We're there, bro. Do you know what I mean? Big up to the Italians. But anyway, oh, Jamal's calling out Ash. Whoa. Ashraf is lying. He said Leao has good stats when his stats are so similar to Nico
Exactly.
Williams. Don't waffle.
And he
bro.
lies a lot, by the way, Jamal. This guy
Leo,
lies a lot
Leo,
about that.
Nico
This is not new
Williams.
for
Nico Williams.
Ash. This is not new
Yeah,
for Ash. He lies
you're
all the
right.
time. Bro.
And he,
You're
and
right.
he, and he
Nico
knows he lied already.
Williams. Yeah. Nico Williams, 4 goals, 5 assists this season. 5 goals, 11 assists last season. 6 goals, 4 assists the season before that, and 0 goals, 0 assists from 34 games the season before that.
Why are you going
Let's
to use
look
that
at-
season? Don't
let's
use
look at
season
Leo.
goals, use the last
Let's look
3
at
seasons.
Leo.
Use the last 3 seasons.
Leo, 6 and 7, so already better. 9 and 9, so better or similar to last season. 15 and 8, much better. 11 and 8, much better. 6 and 6 compared to 0 and 0, much better. I think maybe Jamal, you need to actually go and look
So
at
he's been
numbers.
in the game. So he's been in the
1,
game
2 is
longer.
bigger than 1.
Exactly.
3
Leo's
is
been in the
bigger
game
than 2.
longer. No, but Leo,
9
game
is
longer.
bigger than 6.
Jamal said they're similar.
been in the
Jamal's
game
point
longer.
is that they're similar. He's right.
But they're not similar. They're not
They are
similar.
similar. In the
What
last
The
is
stats
here?
are the stats are between 1 and 2.
Exactly.
skunked?
It's similar.
That's similar. That's the
Are you guys
definition of similar,
dumb?
bro.
Are you guys dumb? Honestly, brain dead comments, bro. I just honestly, it's
Ashraf
crazy.
looks like he's got constipation, man.
All right, so
Yeah,
let's
you're
speak-
you're giving me
So
constipation, bro.
let's speak about Victor Gyökeres and Williams, yeah. So obviously you don't
Speak,
rate
let
him.
that TK speak.
Yeah. Sorry. T, can you speak, bro? Please. I beg, bro. You're on mute now. You see, you give him the red
No,
carpet.
I said I'm done. Let's go to predictions. I'm
I
done.
can't
I'm not
lie,
saying
TK's
shit,
microphone-
bro.
No,
It's
لا
like
رحمك
looking
please.
now.
T, please. Let's not do this.
No, I'm not doing
Let's not
this,
do this.
bro. I'm not doing
لا
this.
رحمك الوالدين. لا رحمك الوالدين. I beg
I'm
No,
you.
actually not doing
sorry.
this.
No,
I'm
T,
actually
I
not doing
beg
apologize.
you, please.
I'm actually
No,
not
please.
I'm not doing this.
No,
I'm not doing this.
T.
Good player,
T,
yalla. Good player, yalla. Let's
T-
go to predictions,
No.
yalla.
So here's the
no.
thing. Here's the thing. T doesn't know that I'm petty as fuck. So we'll sit here in silence.
I
No,
know
we'll
you're
see it.
petty as fuck. I know.
Exactly.
Trust me, I
So
know.
I'm gonna sit here in silence until you speak, bro.
No.
We're gonna sit here in silence
Okay,
until you speak.
okay,
No,
fine.
and
Okay,
you
fine,
know
fine.
that I'm petty and I'm not gonna talk. So yalla.
Okay, that's fine. I want Sad to practice silence because he's never done it in his life. Sad, be
Bro,
silent.
shut your mouth.
Wait,
You're
wait,
always
hold
talking,
on.
bro.
T,
You're
T.
running your mouth all the
No,
time.
no,
bro.
T, I can't lie. With that microphone, you like you work in a taxi office, yeah? You need to start saying things to help build the opinions
Bro,
of...
with your microphone, it almost sounds like you have one of those Mexican what's those things that you shake? You know what I'm saying? What are
Oh
those
my
two
God.
instruments
This is
that
the
you
first
shake?
time I've seen Ashraf's neck ever. Anyway,
Hey, that's crazy.
no, T, get his...
said the first time I've seen that.
Why for that, bro? Why are you looking at man's
Well, like,
neck,
that's
bro?
a why for that. That's
Yeah,
a why for that. Why are you looking at other man's neck, bro? Are you skunk?
This guy.
Man's looking at man's neck, bro. Are you crazy?
He's born on is actually
By the
good.
way,
I wanna know
you're on mute.
why
you bozo.
Nico Williams
Okay, you're not
is
on mute
not a
anymore.
good signing. I want T to give us his opinion on that.
Wait, did you say he's not a good player?
Wait, what did I say?
Did you say Nico Williams is not a good player as well?
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say shit, bro.
Oh, okay. So what do you think about Nico Williams? Bro, please. Well, like, I want T to speak, bro, because T actually gives some good insight,
I think very nice, very good. You know what I'm saying? Coca-Cola with ice, burger, and with fries.
Burger.
Oh, bulgur. I know bulgur is
Bulgur.
nice,
Bulgur.
bro.
Bulgur.
Turkish bulgur rice is elite level. If you have it from with a sliced doner kebab, a bit of salad sauce, everything on top, and make sure you add chili sauce.
I'm wondering, those who are saying Nico Williams is that good, outside the Euros, what do you guys watch of him? What do you guys remember him doing in La Liga this season?
I don't think people watch Nico Williams like
they
that.
They don't. You know, T, I'll tell you, T, what happens. They watch the Euros, right? And he had an amazing tournament. He scored in the final. And they go like, that player is good. And then they just go with that assumption for a long time. If you ask them, hey, how was his performance against Osasuna, for example? I don't know. I didn't watch it. How do you know he's been good this season?
Yeah.
Because the Euros, you know,
Exactly.
Bro, it's people are brain dead.
Because
they don't watch
we
games.
talked about this.
They don't...
We talked about this like before the Euros even, because we said something on the lines of, at Bilbao, this guy doesn't get significant GA. He's pretty underwhelming for the hype that he gets. You know what I'm saying? And then he had a good Euros, and after that, people put him like there. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it's either Yamal or Nico Williams. In my opinion, Nico Williams is nowhere near Yamal. You know what I'm saying? But apart
oh
from
my
that,
God, not even in the same stratosphere, bro.
Yeah, but people were hyping him up to that stratosphere, you know. And now he's back. Now he's back at Bilbao, and he is continuing to be pretty underwhelming. You know what I'm saying? So for me, when it comes to his salary, when it comes to what he wants, not even what he's going to cost, because 50 million is a good price. You know what I'm saying? But for the salary that he wants, for the hype that he gets, I feel like he's pretty underwhelming when it comes to his numbers overall.
No.
So that part I do agree with Ashraf. You know what I'm saying? He's not an amazing guy that's gonna come in and get 25 GA easy. That's not Nico Williams.
I think.
Marco, do you know what I mean? Listen, Marco.
Don DeMarco.
You know what I mean? Listen, let's not talk too much. Let's not talk too much. Let's not talk too much. Big up Martinelli, do you know what I mean? But we're not really getting into conversations right now because it might be exit settings. But here's the thing for me.
Unless he plays the way he played against Fulham for the rest of the season.
Yeah, but I don't think so. That's looks like
I don't think so either. I don't think
so
either.
Here's the thing for me, yeah. When are the Ademola Lookman links gonna come in, bro? Because I need that guy. That's the guy I need at my club, bro. I need this Lookman guy at my club playing on the left wing, going crazy and brazy and doing a mazza, bro. That's who I need.
See, that's a player who I wouldn't mind, but I still don't think he's the number one option. But bro, honestly, I'll tell you guys, we should go for Rodrigo.
Hold on. Let me clarify this so I know how so I can kind of measure how brain dead you are. So how many so where does Rafael Leao sit on your list? Like, what position does he sit in your list in left?
My tier one absolute.
Give me your list. Give me your list of wingers that
I was doing
that. In order. Yeah.
My number one option in the so I have like your tier one options, tier two, tier three, right? Anything below that is absolutely unacceptable. Tier one is one player and one player only, and no one else on that wing, which I don't think we can get, to be honest, is Rodrigo. Because I think he's phenomenal, can play left, can play right, can play behind a striker, amazing player. My tier two would be Leao, it would be Lookman, it would be, this is my own personal thing, people will laugh at this, but it's my own personal favorite, Jamie Gittins, because I think he has massive potential, but it's more potential than anything. But even though currently he's also decent.
There's the daily Gittins mention.
Yeah, exactly. And there was one player who I had at the start of the season. Man. There was a player who I had at the start of the season, and I was a bit disappointed with his performances against Liverpool, home and away. So I'm kind of iffy now, and that's Barcola. Because Kvaratskhelia and Dembele do it every single week in Ligue 1, but they also did it in the Champions League when it came to the game against Liverpool, home and away. This guy didn't show up. So he's probably tier 3. Tier 3 would be Barcola, Nico Williams. I'd put in there as well.
I rate
probably-
I rate Barcola, man.
I like him, but bro, that performance was so. Maybe I'm being a bit too harsh.
I think he has
Just
the
2
same
games, to be
issues as
honest.
Nico Williams, where he just doesn't get a lot of end product when he can be way more efficient with his game. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. I mean, he gets it in Liga, but I don't think that should count, to be honest. Like, let's be honest. I'm not trying to diss Liga, but like the top score, Lacazette sometimes is top scorer.
Bro,
there,
all
like,
I'm saying
so-
about League On is Burak Yilmaz, the Turkish striker, he went to Lille and made them champions. You know what I'm saying?
Look,
It's that
people are
easy.
saying what
There you
people
are.
are saying. What about Semenyo?
There you are.
I don't know, man. I have this feeling about Semenyo that's just. I don't know. I feel like I could be wrong, man. Maybe I feel like he's slightly over. Like I like him Buemo more. I know Semenyo is a left winger, Buemo is a right winger, but
Buemo is a baller, man.
Buemo is a baller, yeah. But
No,
Semenyo, I don't know.
feel like
Do you guys think Semenyo is that good? Like,
What
is he
about
really
what
that
about
high?
what about if we
he's been
got
great, but I feel like we need to go for the level aboves to put
that's
in
Rodrigo.
the main squad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you, Ashraf. I would go for Rodrigo first, and we have the
Rodrigo's
guy
not
that can.
coming though,
No,
bro.
but
Bro, we
listen,
have
listen.
no
Yeah,
chance
he
to
was-
get Rodrigo.
Rodrigo's
No
not
All
I
chance.
agree,
context
I
aside,
agree.
all context aside,
agree.
yeah.
I agree.
I agree with Ashraf that my absolute first choice would be Rodrigo. At least try it. At least go and make contact and you know what I'm saying, see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Because they have Mbappe.
We got
they
Alexis Sanchez from Barcelona, guys. Like, so
Yeah,
it's
imagine,
possible.
imagine them buying a striker and then they want to sell one of their players so they can play Mbappe as a winger. You know what I'm saying? That can happen. What happens then?
Maybe.
Somebody gets sold because Rodrigo's not going to play Copa del Rey games, bro. He's way too good to play those kinds of games. You know what I'm saying? And he's not going to play right back or anything. So for me, I would go for the one of the best options first. And if that doesn't work, I would go personally. You know, I am really dreading this to say this because I actually loved Kvaratskhelia. I feel like he would have been the perfect left
same.
winger, that we could have bought for 60
Yeah.
M's as well, bro. He went for next to nothing, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those situations where we let one of the best wingers go for next to nothing, and now we need to spend the same amount of money for a worse winger, in my opinion. You know what I'm
But
saying?
T, do you not think that's mad? We could have got GYOKERES and Kvaratskhelia for 120 million combined.
Yeah.
130 million
in
combined.
the January transfer window.
in January, forget January, even in the summer, last summer.
Yeah.
I just look at it and I think, who
Yeah,
sits
but
at the
the
club
No,
and
no,
looks at
you
these
couldn't get.
options?
Hold on, you couldn't get in the summer. You couldn't get him in the summer, Kvaratskhelia. You couldn't.
Why not?
Because
I don't know the details. Maybe you can educate
so
me.
the whole thing happened with the Osimhen deal and all of this. Obviously, when Conte came in, he said, "I rate Kvaratskhelia. I want Kvaratskhelia," and then he said, "I don't want Osimhen." So that's the guy you get rid of. But for me, Kvaratskhelia is untouchable. That
But
was in the summer. That was in the summer, and then in January now he was like, "No, I want him gone." So
Yeah,
I don't
but
think in the
why
summer it
change
was
energy
possible.
midway through the season is my
Because
question.
Conte is skunked, bro. I don't know what Conte is on, bro. He's just, do you know what I mean?
Conte is a bit crazy sometimes.
Bro,
I'm not gonna
Conte is crazy, bro. Conte is
Yeah.
crazy, but he's a winner who's crazy.
Bro,
Do you know what I mean?
it
So
could have been a scenario
it is what
where
it is.
we could have bought Kvaratskhelia for Ollie Watkins money. You know what I'm saying? The 60 M's that what they want for Ollie Watkins, we could have spent for Kvaratskhelia, bro. You know,
Bro, it makes me sick, bro.
and that goes back to what I said at the beginning of the stream. These things are just as easy as we make it out to be, because Arsenal could have spent up towards 100 million plus in January, and even if you bring in one player, Kvaratskhelia, for 60 million, that could have even be something that fans would have ate up and said, you know what, this I'll take this. You know what I'm saying? And we just didn't do it, and that's why all of this unfortunate stuff this season happens as well.
I
You
will
just
say
don't
this:
have
people need
the
to.
numbers, bro.
The people do need to relax though about one thing that everyone keeps saying, like, there's not enough talent. There's not enough talent. That's absolute BS. There is a lot of talent out there. Just because they're not getting the shine and the name and the marketing right now does not mean they don't exist. Footballers are not dying out. Like, footballers are starting at a younger age. There's more talent. There's more people doing like trickeries and stuff at a younger age.
Department.
Yeah, it's just a scouting thing. Like, stop saying there is no talent. There are many, many talented players out there, but they're just waiting to be scouted by the right people to come at the right club. Bro, 2 years ago, nobody even heard of the name Jamie Gittins, me included. And now a lot of people are talking about him. Nobody used to speak about Lamine Yamal a couple of years ago. I know it's La Masia, but...
You know what's funny about Gittins, Ashraf? And I don't know if that was Gittins or another player. I'm not sure. But I thought, wasn't that the case that they said we either want Nketiah or we want Gittins, or was that another player?
No, Balogun. What, Gittins?
It was not Balogun. It was Dortmund. Dortmund wanted Nketiah for a while, remember? And then they bought someone else instead. Was that Gittins?
Was it? No, wasn't that Eddie? No, it was someone else. They got us. I know who you're talking about. They got a different player.
It was an African player, striker as well.
Yeah. It was
Garassi.
Was it Garassi?
Was it Garassi?
Because he was at Stuttgart. Yeah. I think it was Garassi because he was at Stuttgart the season before.
Okay,
when he was like...
so I mixed it. I thought that was because it would have been mad that they bought.
Bro, either way, either way, they won, bro. Do you know what I mean? Crystal Palace lost, bro.
Crystal Palace are cursing us right now. They're like, they gave us this bomb. They kept telling us your defense is in trouble, bro. Absolute BS.
We've never heard those same people about Nketiah ever again. Crazy. Bro. Even Crystal Palace fans. Ask Twisted Baba about Nketiah.
Souls was one of those frauds who rated Nketiah highly, by the way.
Did you?
Mad.
It makes so much sense.
I never rated him highly. No. I just
don't lie now because we didn't know you when the Nketiah stuff was going on.
No, but there's streams and stuff that I've done on public.
I know him, unfortunately.
Okay, let me ask you one thing.
If you
had the chance to buy,
I agree with this, Jamal. I really do agree with this. I think people keep going on crazy nostalgia BS.
Yeah, would you guys buy Nico Williams, and Ashraf, this includes you, yeah? Would you buy Nico Williams, Lookman, or Desiree Doué? You have one of those three chances.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I forgot about that. Okay. Desiree Doué is one player who I wouldn't look at stats right now because I don't think he starts. He's mostly on the bench. This guy is saucy, bro. He is so damn talented.
First time I scouted him when he came on against Liverpool, and I was like, who the hell is this guy? Like, he was destroying Liverpool. Bro. And since then, everything I've watched a few PSG games. Everything I've watched, he just rips it, and he's.
Bro, I don't know if that was Trent or Bradley, but he cooked
I still don't.
This guy. No, he is, and I'll tell you why. He is, and I'll tell you why. Yeah, the thing is, with Desiree Doué, yeah, as an attacking prospect and as an attacking player, bro, when he gets on the pitch, yeah, it's like he can like attack the space on any part of the attacking side of the pitch. Any part of the opposition half, he can just take over that space and he just glides, bro. You know how Henry just moved with the ball, bro? That's the kind of movement we're talking, bro. Like, he is very, like, for his stature, bro, and for how he glides with the ball and just strides with the ball,
and the way he cuts in, it's mad, bro.
It's unseen. Some of the like just the slight touches that he does, bro. Desiree Doué. I don't care about anybody else. If I could just sign Desiree Doué, yeah, of course I need to sign a striker, but the other attacking option, I wouldn't. If I could just sign GYOKERES right now, and they said to me, sign anybody, you can even sign Vinicius Jr. or whatever. Bro, I'm taking Desiree Doué, bro, because in one season, bro, I'm telling you that guy's going to be big time, bro. Even the confidence that he had, the way he took over the game against Liverpool, bro,
was mad.
Liverpool were dominating stuff. This guy comes off the bench, and I'm like, bro, what's this guy doing on the bench, bro? This guy should have been starting.
He's 19 years old. This is why when people are saying, "Oh, take a hit on Tell. He's 19. He could do it. Take a risk on him." No, why would I take a risk on Tell when there's someone else who's 19 and is doing it at an even better level?
Bro, I was
much better. 19.
I was shocked at the beginning when PSG got him, of all teams, because everybody wanted this kid, bro. Barca wanted him. Real Madrid went for him, but PSG just paid the most. And then they got him.
Yeah.
Honestly,
if someone doesn't, and I guarantee you guys, if someone goes and puts a proper bid, they will get him, because he definitely will know at some point if Barcola, Dembele, and Kvaratskhelia are ahead of me, and I'm 19, I might not get game time or starting time as much. I promise you, if a big club comes for him this summer, he will push and say, "I want to leave."
I think
he's
you know
got
what I
20
can envision for his future.
He's got
Being
20 GA already this season.
Yeah, and you
As
know
a
what I
19-year-old,
envision?
that's mad.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's mad.
You know what I can see him doing? Maybe, but maybe the times are different because the money is different. You know what I'm saying? I can see
Hmm.
him being the next Ribery at Bayern München.
Potentially.
You know what I'm saying?
Potentially. I swear
Because
to
he
God,
I
if
fits
that
that
really
mold
hope,
happens.
perfectly, bro.
for the sake of our football club, I really hope that doesn't happen.
Why? What does it matter? It's Germany. It's not in England.
Yeah, but when I say for the sake of my football club, is because I want him here. So wherever he goes, for the sake of my football club, I hope that doesn't
Yeah,
happen. I
what you
really
lot saying about?
wish that we could get him,
Yeah,
bro.
but what you lot saying about Wirtz, Florian Wirtz?
He's a 10.
He's
Bro,
a City or Bayern. Yeah, he's not gonna come.
Never
to us.
gonna happen, bro. It's nowhere in
Or
the
would you take him?
Ashraf, I genuinely think
I
City,
would
by the
take
way,
it in a
not Bayern.
heartbeat, bro.
City.
Yeah,
Look out
maybe.
for City.
By the way,
I-
I'm taking him. I'm taking him in a heartbeat because I
Same.
know that Odegaard doesn't have to get replaced by him. Odegaard can play on the same pitch as him.
I don't know about that.
No, he can. He can. You can play 2-8s, bro. You can play them as 2-8s, bro, in front of somebody like a Zubamendi or.
But to answer
something like that.
2K's question though, I'm taking out of those three. I'm still taking Lookman. Is if it's
Are you
today,
skunked?
we're trying to win a league next season.
Have you watched Desiree Doué, bro?
Yeah, for the project.
You watch what he does. No, it's not even a project thing.
It's not even project,
This
bro.
guy's
Honestly,
playing
this
like
guy-
right
20
now.
GA,
Lookman,
20
bro,
GA
look-
as a project is
No,
insane.
but bro,
Bro,
look-
it's nuts, bro.
Lookman's a
This is like
baller.
I know he
Lookman
hasn't got the
is
same goal
quality.
scoring. No, but I know he. Here's the thing. I know he hasn't got the same goal scoring like numbers as Haaland or something like that. It's pretty damn close, bro. But here's
Haaland?
the thing, yeah. In regards to goal scoring, but for him to be scoring this many goals and this many assists, have 20 GA at 19 years old, bro.
In a shit
Do
league.
you know how
in a-
crazy?
And the way,
No,
and the
not
way
about
he does it, the way he
league.
does it, the dribbles, the glides, the
No, but the
skills, like,
league-
he
the
literally
league
matches both.
crap,
Eye test and
And off the
stats.
bench.
No,
Off
but the
bench
league
as well.
crap.
And off the bench, exactly. He doesn't start most games.
No,
Yeah,
I know, but no. But Ashraf,
This is one of the main reasons. This is one of the main reasons why football is not in fact dead. This is one of the main reasons why football is more than alive, and there's more to come, bro. Because look at this.
And by the way, Ash
Ketchum.
Ketchum said this, which is true, and I think that will actually benefit us because we have a lot of players trying to prove themselves for the national team. The fact that this is a World Cup year as well, I actually think helps a lot of clubs because a lot of players will up their level to get selected for their national teams, aka maybe Martinelli, aka maybe Kai Havertz. God forbid if he still starts for us. You're like these kind of players will really, and someone like Desiree Doué.
He's not gonna do his best.
Yeah.
Especially with it being in America as well, there's gonna be so many eyes on it because you know they're just gonna plaster it everywhere.
Exactly, and someone like Desiree Doué, who knows that obviously France with all the wingers and talent they have, he's not going to make it easy if he doesn't have a very good season. So he's going to be looking at, bro, it's a World Cup year. I need to be starting games.
Who's playing on the left wing? Who's playing in attack for France
Mbappe,
right now?
bro.
Yeah, fuck Mbappe. We're not talking about him. Who else is playing there? Because Mbappe is playing regardless.
It's Mbappe, Griezmann. It's Mbappe, Griezmann, and Dembele.
You also have Olise.
Bro, you know what, guys? With all due respect,
and Barcola. And Barcola starts
big up
Griezmann.
Barcola's not even in the conversation right now when we talk about Desiree Doué in the conversation.
Yeah, but he starts ahead of Desiree Doué in the club they're playing.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't understand what kind of point.
How does that make sense?
Big up to Griezmann. But bro, if I was Didier Deschamps, is like this guy.
I didn't know he retired, Jamal. Okay, big up. Thanks for letting me know, bro.
Okay, there we go. So this Didier Deschamps guy has shown already that he lacks brain cells and he's deficient in thinking and actually having common sense.
We knew that, bro.
But regardless of that, we need Zidane to come quickly. Pause. Why for that? Pause. Yeah, I know that this guy's soul is gonna.
No, why do we need him to come quickly? Come on, Spain. Come on. Spain.
No, but I think he'll give Desiree Doué a chance, bro.
I don't think so, bro. Zidane starts the best players.
I think at the stage of the World Cups, a team like France will only play the senior players because they are one of the favorites to win it. So they're not going to experiment by playing youngsters in their team. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's not,
I agree with T. I agree
Who's
with
that
T.
Kubras?
And
Who's
I
that
love
Kubrasi
comment, by
guy?
the way. The football is in good hands. These players.
Who's Kubrasi?
I don't know why you
Who's
put. I don't know
Kubrasi?
why you put Arda Güler. Kubarsi is the centre back of Barcelona, bro. The
This guy,
17-year-old. What do you mean?
man.
That guy who's been.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why
Yeah.
Ash Ketchum snuck Arda Güler in there. I don't know why.
Snuck Arda Güler, you know what I'm saying?
I'm kidding.
Says the guy that calls the 26-year-old a young talent still. You know,
Bro,
Yeah.
No, that's not me. That's not.
Hold on.
That's not
Brahim
me.
Diaz in that list,
that's
bro?
your
That's not
country.
me.
He's
Listen,
not youngster.
listen,
This is the
hold on.
future, bro. He's
Hold
already
on.
the future, bro. What do you mean?
Where is Brahim Diaz in that list, mate? Where is Brahim
down,
Diaz in that
calm
list,
down.
mate?
Calm
Where is
down.
he in that list?
Nah, but honestly, guys, football is in good
Let me
hands.
see,
These
let me see,
guys
bro. Big
are
up,
all ballers.
big up,
All
Arda
ballers.
Güler. He for his assist to Rudiger. That took Real Madrid into the final of the Copa del Rey.
There you are.
Which they lose.
And for the shit season that Real Madrid are apparently having, and the poor season Vinny's having, and everything, and they're in the finals of the Copa del Rey. They're in the
They're gonna get
quarterfinals
slapped
of
by
the
Barcelona.
Champions League, and they're 3
Hope
points
it's
behind.
Allah.
They are
Basically,
gonna get slapped by
Barcelona in their
With a
magical
number.
season, and Real Madrid in their poor season. The only difference between the two clubs is that Barca have 3 points ahead in the league. That's it.
No, it's not. It's
No,
not
no,
because
I
La
don't
Liga
rate-
doesn't work like the
Bro.
Premier League.
No,
La Liga doesn't work like the Premier
this
League.
is a dig at Ashraf,
Even
bro.
if Barcelona lose to Real Madrid, for example, 1-0 or 2-0 or whatever, Barcelona still top the league because they look at head-to-head.
I know.
Barcelona-
That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm
Barcelona
saying.
slapped them 4-0.
That's
So they're
not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that for the poor season that apparently Real Madrid are having.
But Barcelona went through 8 games without a win in La Liga.
No,
They were 9 points. Barcelona were 9 points behind Madrid.
Yeah.
9 points.
What do you mean 9 points?
They were 9 points behind Real Madrid at
I
some
know
point.
that.
Bro,
but
this guy's a waffle artist, bro. Why are you talking to a waffle artist, bro? This guy is just waffling, bro. Listen, I'll tell you the truth, yeah.
By the way, guys,
After-
Real Madrid and Barcelona both are playing for a treble. Do you know how mad that is? Both are first and second in La Liga. Both are in the final of the Cup, and both are favorites to make it to the final of the Champions League. If they, I promise you,
a shit season.
yeah, imagine. I promise you, if both of them
Stephen.
reach the final of the Champions League, they should play the Copa del Rey 1 week before the Champions League final, because that battle will be epic. It'll be the greatest football we've ever
Nobody will
watched in our
start.
lives.
No one from the first team will start.
For what?
Big up, listen, big up to
Copa del Rey,
Hussam.
are you mad?
Big up,
Of course
big up,
we will.
big up to Hussam.
Big
My
up Don
brother.
Hussam, Koora Pod. I listen, Hussam, chat to me. Liverpool are on mind games as they usually are. Salah, mental madness. Trent's leaving. I want
Bro,
to
Don't
the
know.
smile on-
debate him, bro.
bro, the
He
smile-
always tries
I
to
wanna
debate
know.
Hussam.
No,
Hussam doesn't know you, bro.
No, that's fine.
Bro,
that's
the
fine.
smile on
doesn't have to know
Hassam's
me. He doesn't
face,
have to
yeah,
know
when
me.
he was
I don't
talking
know.
about the Salah
no.
being spotted at
Not
the
that.
docks was
I
the funniest
wanna
thing
know
ever, bro.
why did the commentators ask Saliba about his future with Arsenal, but nobody wants to ask Trent nothing throughout the entire process? Why did no one ask Trent
Yeah,
about?
maybe he's leaving. He's leaving.
I
It's
know
done.
he's
He's a legend
leaving.
of the
Brother,
club. I don't know why
listen.
Liverpool fans are mad at him. They're absolute idiots.
I
He's
don't
a
understand
legend.
either, Ashraf. I genuinely don't
Mad.
understand, bro.
No,
He's
they're
mad.
mad at him. No, they're mad
He
at
did
him.
nothing
They have an
wrong. He
emotional
did nothing
attachment. They
wrong.
have an emotional attachment. Ashraf, learn about it.
No, but I think there's
Yeah,
hold
which
on.
is what you have with
Hold on,
Arteta.
hold on.
You
Can
know,
we not
Why?
can we not
I
actually
told you why.
can we not understand the fact that there is I think there's a certain, you know, I think it's acceptable to be mad at him given the
Hey, this
reasons.
guy is one of them.
Bro,
So hold on. Hold on.
Go on,
So can I
explain,
explain?
the wrong
Can I
person.
explain?
The aim is
Can
the
I
wrong
explain?
person.
Can I explain why? Can I
Go
explain
ahead. Why?
And
Yeah.
and I know that Hussam isn't one of these guys that hates Trent, but if you knew 2 years ago that Real Madrid wanted you, and they came out, they said all of this shit about, oh, you know, you're not supposed to, we don't want to negotiate this and this and that, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You either come out and tell the fans straight up that you're looking to leave.
Why?
If you don't, because brother,
I agree.
you don't.
I
This
agree.
last season,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
this guy's doing bullshit like it means more. Oh, I love this club. I can
What does that
never,
have to do with this?
I can't see.
What's the
I
relevance?
can't. But hold on a minute. Can I speak, or are you just gonna interrupt me every second?
Because this is the
Habibi?
same crap other people saying. It's not relevant whatsoever. That is
No,
what's
it
happening
is.
now.
It is relevant. It is
If the
relevant.
club, if
So I'll
the
tell you
club
why
had
it's
any, if the
relevant.
club had any ambition, if the club had any plans to make the club around someone like Trent, they would have done it already. They would have gave this guy already what he wanted. People say, oh, they already gave him a contract, but he refused. Bro, it's about the ambition of the club. I understand why he wants to leave, because I would not trust my future to John W. Henry and the whole FSG board.
Hold
as well,
on.
bro.
I don't think
Okay,
he should have
if
stayed.
you are
I don't
Saad,
think he should have
if you are
stayed though.
Saad, listen, if you are Saad, the football player, yeah, and you are an Arsenal through and through, yeah, would you trust your future to the Cronkies, or would you trust your future to Florentino Perez?
Yeah, no, I would trust my future to Florentino Perez. But
There you
here's the
go.
thing: I don't
And that's the
disagree with him.
biggest thing.
No,
The
but hold
biggest.
on. But this is the thing that I think you lot are not understanding. I don't think him leaving, yeah, I don't think him leaving is necessarily wrong. I think yes, of course, you have to go to Real Madrid. Real Madrid is the
So
one
what
of
did
the
he
biggest
do
clubs
wrong
in the
then?
world. But
What
what
did he
I'm
do wrong?
saying is, don't gaslight the fans, acting like you're gonna stay and acting like you really
He
care
didn't.
about the club. You don't
He
care
didn't.
about the club. With all
He
due
didn't
respect,
gaslight the fans.
if he did, bro, this
He
guy
never.
last
He did,
season was
he
sitting there
did.
telling them, "This guy last season, are you not skunked? Or do you not watch? Do you not watch
Guys,
interviews? Or
because
what are we
he
doing
said,
here, bro?
because he said, it means
chatting mad?
more.
So
Because
he
he said,
shouldn't
what's it-
love the club
what's
because he's gonna leave.
exactly?
what it
That's so
is?
stupid.
But don't say,
because he
hold on,
said
don't say it means more. Don't say
it
I
has
don't
nothing
see
to do
myself
with it,
playing
Sad.
anywhere else.
No, it
I,
does.
I
Ash,
love
he
this
said he's
club.
committed.
Sad. First
Ash,
of all,
he said he was
no.
committed.
Let me land
He
because I was
said he was
waiting for him to finish.
committed. He said he
For
was committed.
starters,
He said he was
BS.
committed.
For starters,
He said he was committed.
the first thing is him saying it means more has nothing to do with him leaving or staying. You could
No.
plan to leave, but still say it means more because you enjoyed the time you were at your club. You enjoyed playing for your boyhood club. You enjoyed winning trophies with your boyhood club. Has nothing to do with am I staying or leaving. That's one. Secondly, why on earth would Trent come out 2 years ago or a year ago telling the fans, hey, guys, I'm planning to leave? Their biggest ever legend did that 20 years ago and was getting death threats by Liverpool fans because he was going to leave to Chelsea. Why the hell should Trent now go and tell the fans, hey, guys, I love you guys, but I'm leaving in a year? They're going to make his last year hell like crazy. If these Liverpool fans are blaming him right now and calling him a snake for leaving to Madrid, do you know what they would have done to him a year ago? Or for this whole season, when they know, okay, he's definitely leaving at the season. Every game he would have been booed. Every game he would have been cursed. He would have been getting death threats and stuff.
No.
You're a footballer. You owe your club nothing.
Just know, Ashraf is right, because even when Klopp said, I am tired, I'm going to leave at the end of the season, a lot of fans throughout the season, they said, oh, why is this guy still here then? He gave up. We play terrible football. We are not challenging. We are not doing this. We are not doing that.
Some people blamed Klopp. Some people blame Klopp for why they didn't win the league because they said Klopp's announcement ruined things for us, blah, blah, blah. It's just absolute BS. And the reality is, if people are like, oh, but he should have given us some money. Well, Real Madrid offered 30 million in January. Why didn't you take it? Yeah. That's on you. You got offered 30 million. Why didn't you take it? Why the hell should the player come and tell you, hey, I'm going to leave in a year? I don't owe you shit. The club only backed Trent because Trent was that good. That's why. Not because they loved him.
The thing.
Yeah,
you're waffling.
You can
you're
love
waffling.
The club, but you cannot love people running it.
You're both waffling. So here's the thing.
It means more. So he said he wants to stay.
Let me explain to you. No. But it's not about.
He said he's committed as
more.
well.
He said it means more. He said I don't. He said it means more. Yeah. While holding.
What does that mean? What does that mean? It means more. Why did he say that?
It means more to play for this club. Is basically what he's saying.
That's what he said. Stop lying. Quote him correctly. That's
no,
what he said.
But hold on, because you don't understand. When Liverpool fans say it means more, they mean it means more to win for this club. It means
what
more
was
to
the
play
question he was asked?
What
was the question he was asked when he said it means more? What was it about? What were they talking about in the interview?
It was about winning the League Cup and how
exactly. He was saying the trophies we won. He said the trophies we won at Liverpool mean more to us than what City have done. That's what he was implying.
That's fine. But what I'm saying is, he said that one. You're sitting here and you're focusing on that one. It means more. It means more.
Because you're bringing it up.
He also
You're bringing it
said.
up.
He also no, hold on, because you didn't listen to the rest of the stuff that I was gonna say. Of course. What,
Okay, so the first one is fake.
What Souls,
the first one is irrelevant. Let's
of
move
course,
on to the second
that's
one.
fine. That's fine. Just let me speak.
Mhm.
The obviously big up Souls. He said that he's committed.
Yes, he did.
When did he say that?
I don't know about that one, but
said-
Show me the quote, Souls.
Show me the quote. Gonna have to get that one up.
He said he was committed, and he said that he was committed to staying at Liverpool
When did he say that?
last season.
Oh, I think that's in the same interview. That's in the same interview that I saw, because he said I
I'm
don't.
looking for
And,
it. Where?
and type in Trent says I can't see myself playing anywhere else than Liverpool,
Exactly.
because that's the interview that he said it. He said I can't see myself playing anywhere else than Liverpool.
Myself playing anywhere else but Liverpool. Let's see this. Let's see this.
Ashraf's having a stink here again.
Where? No, show me. Where is it? I always feel like it's. Where is it? 2022. This was 2022, so obviously it doesn't count. What else is there? I don't see it, Saad. Show me. Send me the link. I don't see it.
I'll send you the link.
Yeah, no,
Why
send me the link.
Why is he foaming at the mouth, bro?
No,
Show me the link.
No, but Sad, Ash is right. You need to show us where Trent said he's committed to staying.
You just said he's committed to staying as well.
Souls will screw you under the bus.
Hold on. Sad
Yeah,
needs
I'll
to
get
pull up the quotes now. Sad is.
No, bro, I get it.
Sad's trying so hard not to laugh, you know. I can see the laughter by his face.
Nah, because you're actually so funny. The way you just did a 180 is crazy.
No, listen, I'm always receptive to...
Yalla, share your screen and show us.
Yeah, hold on, bro. I'm trying to bring it up, bro.
But Ash, if he actually brings this up, you better stinker.
Yeah, I want to see that.
He
I
said
see exactly what he said.
In the same interview. He said it in the same interview, Ash.
No, but I never saw that, so I don't know where it's going. Look, I'm reading one comment. I'm reading the. Sorry, last thing. Go ahead. No, go ahead, Wallah.
No, you want to say one?
I'm saying I'm reading the comment here that says I've been at the club 20 years now and I've signed 4 or 5 contract extensions and none of those have been played out in public. This one won't be either. I could tell from the first time. Oh no, then this is Arn Slot talking about him.
I just want to say it's still wild to me that people blame mostly on Pep when they have owners like this who have like zero ambition whatsoever, bro. They always done this. They always done this. Pep.
You said Pep.
You just said
Pep instead of Trent. He meant Trent, guys. He meant Trent.
My bad. I don't know why I said Pep, but I meant Trent. You know?
Yeah, fair.
But anyway,
guys, you have to understand. No matter what.
For me, a player at the end of the day is going to think about his future. Whatever your love is about the club or not, you know what I'm saying? Because when it came out that Gerrard was leaving, what did they do to make him stay? You know what I'm saying? Do you want that to happen to Trent as well? Of course
That's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen in this
How do you know that?
age, bro.
How do you know that? It does happen.
How do you know? It does happen, bro.
It does happen.
That doesn't happen nowadays.
Granit Xhaka 4 years ago was getting death threats from Arsenal fan. What do you mean it doesn't happen? Don't be deluded. Don't be naive.
But what happened is people were going to the guy's house, bro. It doesn't happen nowadays, bro.
So how do you know it won't happen with him if it happened 4 years ago? That's BS.
Saad,
no, I'm talking about the Steven Gerrard thing. The Steven Gerrard thing is different, bro.
It's not different. They're both scouts. They're both born and bred. You know what I'm saying? And they both want to leave Liverpool. You know what I'm saying? What's the difference? Literally, what's the difference, Saad?
No. But regardless of what Trent did,
no. But what's the difference?
No. But regardless, people were always going to be upset about Trent leaving because they have an emotional attachment to the player.
Be upset at the board, not at the player. What do you want to do? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because I do not like Van Persie for multiple reasons, yeah? But I am leaning towards the side of Ashraf when it comes to this whole Van Persie argument as well. You have a board with -1 ambition. This guy wants to win trophies. What is he going to do? The best choice for himself at the end of the day.
But Ashraf rates the board though. TK.
No, he doesn't.
Which board?
No, he does.
Our board or Liverpool's?
No, our board.
I don't rate. I rate our owners. I think our owners have done a decent job. I think our manager has not done a good enough job.
Yeah, that's
with
what
the
I'm saying.
resources he was given.
Ashraf, I didn't know that about you, bro.
Yeah,
No, I think if Arteta used the 65 million he was given by the Kroenkes to buy Gyökeres instead of Havertz, we would have won last season's league. I think if Arteta did not renew Nketiah and Reece Nelson and decided to get a left winger or another player that we needed, I think we would have had a better chance of winning the league 2 seasons ago. And I think if Arteta went and I think if we got Gyökeres last season, we also would have won this season's league. So I think Arteta is the one who screwed up, not the board.
But my question then goes to you. But this is a whole different conversation. We don't have to go into.
Yeah, it's a whole different conversation. We'll discuss it later. Yeah,
what I'll say to that is, who gave Arteta the contract then? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's different.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. But that's why I blame the board if they don't sack him this summer. Yes, if they don't sack him now because he's regressed us, I'll say the board are making a mistake. But up until last season, I don't think they made a mistake. Yeah, sorry, Saad, did you find the code?
Have you got a prediction? Have you got a prediction?
Yeah,
no, I found the code.
Guys.
He doesn't.
Yeah, exactly.
No, hold on, you piece of shit. So
you know how I knew Saad did not find the code, because I went to ChatGPT as well, and I asked ChatGPT, scan the web for me and let me know if Saad is telling the truth or is waffling. Is there a quote where Trent specifically said I'm committed, and ChatGPT said Saad is a waffler? No such thing was ever said. So stop.
Sad. Next time, do your research before you make blanket statements, please.
Yeah, you know what?
That's what you get for trusting. That's what you get for trusting this fraud, because he said something.
What did I do?
And he went with it. That's what you trust, guys. This same fraud below me, the same fraud. You know what he said in my show when we did the show once? He said, "I don't know why."
Yeah, love, man. Anyway, guys, listen.
He said, why I don't know why people rave about Isak. His stats are not better than Kai Havertz. And then I told him, we changed the topic, and I swear to you, I caught on to that line like 2 minutes later, and I said, Souls, what do you mean Havertz's stats are better than Isak? And Souls at the time, he checked the stats. He pretended like he didn't know what's happening. He realized Isak's stats are much better than Havertz, and he changed the topic.
No.
And it's like, hey, Souls, what did you say? One second, let me just finish the story.
I was
like, Souls, what did you say about Isak and Havertz's stats? He's like, yeah, never mind. I checked the stats. Turns out,
Hey, guys, listen. Can we? Listen. I'll be honest, yeah. I'm feeling real competitive. Can we quickly do the? Can we name as many players as we can from the French national team, please? Like,
let's do it.
I think we need to do it, bro. I think we need to do it, bro. Do you know what I mean? I've got no screens on.
Next time.
Yeah.
Next time.
Let's do it.
Desiree Doué.
Mbappe.
Bro, we're not doing it, bro. We need to get to predictions, actually. Wallah, we need to get to predictions. Big up to AMT, who says there is no record of Trent ever mentioned
Exactly.
There's no record of Trent ever mentioning There's no record of Trent ever mentioning going to another club.
So he just exposed Ashraf here.
What?
Because he's trying to say Trent never actually said he was leaving.
He would like to go to a club. He's never said that he wants to go to another club.
So
he hasn't given clarity to the fans.
He hasn't given
clarity to the fans.
Never said that he's staying.
But he didn't. But as
are you guys okay? Are you listening?
But here's the thing, yeah. If let's say, for instance, yeah, you're homegrown, you're born and bred, yeah. So would you not try and give the fans some sort of clarity in at least?
No,
do you know what I mean?
And then put himself and his family.
Put him and his family at risk. Let his wife. I don't know if he's married. Let his family get death threats from fans. Or oh, you snake. Because people exist like that, whether we like it or not.
Exactly.
In every fan base, there are idiots who exist like that. He doesn't know.
Bro, you lot are waffling, bro.
You think KDB didn't know he was probably leaving before the season started? He probably knew, but he just
AMT, big up to you for the super chat. You're an absolute legend.
Big up,
a
AMT.
lot of respect for you, bro. Yeah. AMT is a gangster, bro. This guy is across so many YouTube channels, and this guy super chats all the time, bro. So he's supporting everybody, bro. I appreciate you. What is SGD? What is that from?
Singapore.
What country? Singapore. Singapore. Big up Singapore. And big up to you, my bro. I appreciate you for super chatting. Absolute legend. Can we get to the predictions? Have you got the predictions up, or are you just sitting here waffling for no reason? You're not even prepared. Wallah, qasmu billah, haram alaykum.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys.
By the way,
I'm
guys,
not gonna lie to
I'm just gonna say this. Yeah, I'm just gonna say this. Everybody else put their predictions. Everybody, me and Sammy did our predictions live on the show, and Ash, and Souls and T both put their predictions on the chat. Yeah, the only one that didn't put bro, shut your mouth. You didn't win, bro. You don't win on the predictions, bro. We already know your situation.
Yeah,
with
you're
predictions.
horrible at predictions, by the way.
You don't do well in the predictions. You
So
always do
bad.
a madness. You gave Tottenham wins so many times. Anyway, in regards to Ash, guys, he never put his prediction on the chat, so I don't know whether those predictions are right. So I think, in my personal opinion, I think we need to just block.
Do we
this,
count it or not?
I don't think we count this one because I told him put it in the chat. I told them put it in the chat.
No, but Ashraf's not a liar though. Ashraf's not a liar.
No. I've seen him tamper with things before, bro.
You've never seen me tamper with shit.
Guys, accidental clicks. Do you know what I mean? This guy said, "Oh, sorry," when I realized, like, bro, we know
Really?
this.
Is
Man.
that
I
what
see
it
it,
is?
bro. You think I didn't see, bro? Shuf.
Is that what it is?
Adlin, shuf ya Ashraf. Shuf. Adlin. Tell shuf.
What does he say? Oh, sorry.
With that eye, bro. I watched him, bro. I saw him, bro. With that eye, bro.
You didn't see shit, bro.
Man.
Look, the reality is, guys. The reality is, I didn't.
Share your screen, Ash. We want to see the prediction.
Bro, he's waffling.
So I'm trying to say,
By the way,
share the screen.
big up to Nafisa.
And show us
Absolute
the
legend. Big up to
predictions.
Nafisa. Big up everyone.
guys,
Hit the like
big
button. Hit the likes.
Big up
Nafisa
Guys,
has
right,
them. And I'm trying to understand, share your screen so you can show us the actual predictions.
Malik, حرام عليك Souls. Malik, bro, let me shout. Come on, man. والله هذا مع السعال ديالو والله. يا اخي صافي سير.
I don't know why you want to share his screen. What's your issue?
Listen, guys. Big up to Nafisa, who says big up everyone. Hit the likes and subscribe. Absolute legend, Nafisa. Big up to you. Big up to America. Do you know what I mean? Well, she lives in America, innit? She lives in America. Innit?
My prediction for
big up to America.
Isn't she from Canada? I thought Nafisa was from Canada.
Oh, it will say Canadian dollars,
Nafisa, are you from Canada?
Oh, no.
Yeah, it would say. No, hold on. No, I swear she's from Idaho. Is she from Idaho?
Why
is she from Idaho?
Why are you asking her? Is she from Canada? And she sent you the amount.
Yeah, bro. Well, bro, it's this T guy, bro. Well, he bamboozled me, bro.
Wait. But my prediction for Arsenal Fulham.
No, I'm not one of those wannabe Americans. Ew. Oh, damn. Yeah, you know what? Nafisa's doing Nafisa's doing the beef thing with the.
She's not from Canada either.
My prediction.
Canada either.
My prediction for Arsenal Fulham is I'm gonna go 4-1 Arsenal.
This guy is such a nass, bro. Listen, guys, can we go to the hold on a minute. Bro, where are the predictions? Where are the predictions, you bozo? Did you even put the predictions in?
No, I didn't. It was
Eid,
guys.
Hold on.
It was Eid.
No, it's
I was having a good time.
It's on the group side.
He didn't do his. He didn't do his. Ash didn't do his on the group.
I don't need to do mine because I'm that clear of Saad that he doesn't catch up to me anyways, even with those predictions. So let me add the predictions right now for the others.
I think I won. I think I actually won.
So Sulaiman said, where is Sulaiman?
Sad looks horrified.
Yeah, because bro, you keep on saying this. I think I won, like as if. When have you ever blitzed us all in a prediction show?
Well, I've got more points than you.
Name 1 week, bro.
Bro, I've got more points than you. Be on about.
But name 1 week that you blitzed everyone, bro, and we were just sitting there. Oh my god, you know what? Soul's actually done a madness.
Okay,
Sammy came in. He blitzed all of us, bro.
I'm gonna add T here manually.
Sammy came in on a smoke thing. Still.
Yeah, I'd T Killian still.
Why are you trying to speak like a roadman?
Calm down, bro. What is this guy putting on, man? What is up with this Sam C guy, bro? What is this?
Who's Sam C?
Bro, some wannabe freaking I don't know, bro, from the United stand, bro. Get a life, bro. You see this, man?
Who? Sam C.
Is he leaving Manchester United?
Shut up, man. This guy. Oh, Alejandro Garnacho's house is up for sale. Like, bro, we don't care.
Okay. So we'll start with T quickly. T said Arsenal 3-1 against Fulham.
Bro, can you zoom in, bro?
Point.
What is this?
Astaghfirullah, this guy has
We should have scored one more. Bro.
Now hold on,
One
I can
more.
see it now. I put it full screen. Guys, I can't see your comments. I put it full screen. I will answer them straight away after we've done the prediction bit.
Shout out Penny V.
Soul said 2-0, so
Penny
he
B.
also only gets 1 point. Bournemouth, Ipswich, 3-1 to Bournemouth, but Ipswich won, so Souls gets 0. T said 3-0 to Bournemouth, so he gets 0 as well.
Where's mine?
Yeah, Habibi, I'll do yours and Sami after. Relax, it's easier. Calm down. T said Brighton 2-2 versus who did Brighton play against? Villa.
Brother, they played
what
Villa,
was the
man.
actual
Come on, brother. Use your head, bro.
What was the score? What was the score?
It was 2-2.
You know what, guys? Give me the scores first. Let's just put them quickly. So 2-1.
Yeah, listen, this guy, I swear, you know what?
No, sad. Let's
Yeah,
do the
you don't-
scores. No, wait.
You
Let's
don't,
do the
no,
scores.
you don't give,
It was
you don't give Ash the responsibility, bro. 3-0
Arsenal
to Villa, man.
Fulham. Arsenal Fulham
3-0 to Villa,
side. Arsenal.
Yes,
Fulham.
guys, you don't give me the responsibility. The sheet that I created out of my own time, with Saad's amazing payment, right? That I've been fulfilling every single week, and I missed it 1 week. I'm sorry, Saad. I know you pay me very generously. I should have done a better job. My bad.
This is why you
know,
don't
it's
give
funny,
him the
Ashraf,
responsibility.
when I gave my predictions, I told Saad to put it in straight away, and he said nah.
Why for that?
Exactly. There you go. There you go.
Hey,
Oh, Brighton.
that
He
wife
says,
for that.
I'm doing
That wife
an
for that was
outro.
perfectly.
I'm
Nah,
doing
hold
an
on.
outro. Can I not
that
finish my
wife for
show?
that.
You know what I'm saying?
Hold on. That wife for that was perfectly like. That was perfectly just timed.
Yeah. I told Sad to put it in. I told Sad to put it in straight away. He's mental. Anyway, let's go.
Hey, yo. Hey,
Hey,
yo.
even Ash is like, you
Hey,
know
bro.
what? That's actually.
So
is
you
an
cannot
AO right
you
there,
cannot
bro.
say that while lying sideways on your back like that. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? You cannot say
even
that,
that's a
bro.
why. It's true.
Yeah, exactly,
That's a
bro.
why.
Why
You
you
can't say
why you lay down like the guy from Taken 1? This guy, bro, like the Arab
No,
from
he's
Taken 1, bro. You know
laying
that,
down
bro?
like
I
the chick
want
from
your
Titanic,
daughter.
bro.
No, I'm
You know what I'm
watching.
Wallahi. Oh, what? Yeah, this guy's doing Kate Winslet once he's getting the portrait done, bro. Like, relax, bro. Stitch up, bro. You're with bro. Stitch up, man. You're with Bandem, bro. What's going on here,
Hey,
bro?
shout out Kate
is
Winslet
this?
though. Hey, listen. Is Ash still
Guy,
working on spreadsheets?
Bro, look at his eyes, bro. This guy is focused, bro.
Sami got
His
3
eyes.
points here, by the
Bro,
way.
let the guy
He
do
called
his
out
What,
a
thing.
bro?
Newcastle thing.
Bro, allow him waffling, bro. This guy, bro.
Okay,
We
so
don't
now
care about
let's
freaking
go.
thumbs
Now
up,
let's
man.
go with Saad. Saad got 1 point here. Sami gets 3 points here. Sami's killing you guys. Bournemouth, Ipswich, Saad 0. You know what? Let's do Saad first. 0. Brighton, Aston Villa 0.
Sides horrific, man.
Forest and Man United, he gets
That's
1.
a 1. Give me 1, yeah. Nice one.
Wolves and West Ham 1-0. He gets a 0. Chelsea Spurs, he said 2-1. Chelsea, he gets 1. Man City Leicester, he said 4-0 City, he gets a 1. Newcastle Brentford, he said 3-1, he gets a 1 there as well. Southampton Crystal Palace 0. And Liverpool Everton, he gets a 1 point there. So not a single 3 point. Not a single.
Well, shut your mouth. It stinks.
Yes. Absolute.
stinks,
Nah, he still got 6 points though.
Sami has 6 points from just 2 games. So yeah, calm down. Brighton, Aston Villa. Oh, he called Aston Villa, so he gets 1. Forest United, he said draw.
Did he?
So 0.
Hold on, did he call Aston Villa? No, he didn't.
He said Villa 2-1.
Where's Aston Villa? No, he didn't.
Clearly
He
you
said
don't know how to
Brighton.
read.
He said Brighton 2-1. He said Brighton 3-0.
Are you dumb? 2-1.
Oh,
Are you dumb?
okay.
Do you know how to read? Okay.
Okay, sorry,
So,
bro. Here's the thing, yeah. Here's the thing, yeah. Because this guy's a
0.
fucking bozo. This guy's a
Chelsea
fucking
Spurs.
bozo. This is
He
what
gets
happens when you don't fucking zoom
Look
in.
how annoyed he got, bro.
No,
Look how
but this is
annoyed
the
he
thing.
got, bro.
This is what happens when you don't fucking zoom in, bro. Yeah, I ain't got fucking goggles like you that zoom in, bro, and are able to see everything. Zoom in,
Liverpool
brother.
Everton, he gets 1. Okay, so now we come to Souls.
Oh my god, look
Souls
at this. Look at this, bro. Look at this. Let's look at this, bro. The mastermind.
Brighton Villa, he gets 0. Forest United, he gets 0. Wolves West Ham, he gets 0. Chelsea Spurs, he gets 1. City Leicester, he gets 1. Newcastle Brentford, he gets all 3.
Oh wow.
Palace Southampton, he gets 0. And Liverpool, Everton, he gets 1.
So I beat Sad. Wait. Ash, did I get more than Sad,
I
please?
love, man.
Did I get more than Sad?
I love, man.
7. Yeah, you beat Saad.
I love, man. I love, man.
Sad is the worst predictor. This guy should stick to
He is.
UFC or something. He's
He's the
horrific.
worst predictor, honestly. He's so
I
shit.
love you lot, yeah? I'd say.
So
Wait,
shit.
hold on. What
We-
did Sad predict
what-
for the Newcastle
What
game?
we doing, bro? We like ending the stream or like what's going on?
Okay, one second.
No,
I wanna
the
see one-
Newcastle game. I got that. The thing is with the Newcastle game, I got 1 goal out, bro. I predict 3-1.
Sure.
Simul bin
Okay,
La, I
so
did.
T-
Bozo, look at
You
the
never-
screen.
You predicted
Are you
1-1.
stupid?
Okay, one second.
You
One
predicted
second.
1-1.
For the Newcastle game,
T-
are you blind and
1
ill?
second.
Like what's going on
T,
here, bro?
for the
Look at
Forest
thing, bro.
game,
It's
sorry.
3-1, bro.
For the
And it's
for the
2-1
Brighton
at
game,
ending.
he said Astaghfirullah. For the Brighton game, he said 2-2, so he gets 0.
Guys moving like Forest.
Forest, he said 3-1 Forest, so he gets 1. Wolves, he said 1-1, so he gets 0.
TK's having a stinker.
Chelsea, he said 1-0, 2 Chelsea, so he gets 1 at least. Man City, he said 4-0, so he gets 1. Newcastle, he said 2-1 Newcastle, so he gets 3.
Oh my god. Yes.
I think
he
he beats Saad as well. Southampton, Crystal Palace, he said 2-1 to Crystal Palace, so he gets
Brother, this
0.
Newcastle game, so everybody just knew what was going on with the Newcastle game.
And Liverpool
man.
and Everton, he said 1-1, so he gets 0. Did T get more than Saad? Astaghfirullah, Saad is lost.
Yeah.
Guys, Saad got cooked.
So anyway, guys.
No,
I'll
we
be
need to do
real.
predictions. No, we
So
need to do
listen.
predictions.
So
No,
listen.
Sad, we need to
Sad
do predictions,
stinking.
bro. We need to do predictions.
So let's hurry up, bro. Let's hurry up, man.
Yalla.
Yalla,
Aston Villa
yalla,
and
yalla.
Forest.
Stuff to do, bro. I've got
Aston
stuff
Villa
to
and
do.
Forest, I'm saying 2-0.
No, Ash,
2-0.
you haven't done your predictions for this.
No, I didn't do them, so
Bro,
it doesn't
I
count.
didn't
know,
do them.
but I'm saying just say what you would have said.
I would have
Are you
said
smart?
I would have said 2-0 Arsenal against Fulham.
That's
I would have
honest.
said
That's
I would
fair.
have said 3-0 Bournemouth. I would have said 2-2 Brighton and Villa.
That's
I would have
fair.
said I probably would have said 1-0 Forest. Wallah, I'm not gonna lie. I swear I would have said 1-0 Forest. I would have said 2-0 Wolves. I definitely would have predicted 3-0 Chelsea. So that was disappointing. I would have said 3-0 City. I would have said probably 3-2 Newcastle because I thought they'll concede. I don't trust Crystal Palace, so I probably was going to predict a Southampton win maybe or a draw. I don't know. And I definitely would have said Liverpool win. I'd have definitely said Liverpool win.
About you don't trust Crystal Palace. Get out of here, man.
I don't trust
Get
Palace
out
at
of
all.
here.
Anyways, Villa Forest. Ash,
Anyway, what we doing? Villa Forest, yeah? Let's
Yeah.
go. Man. What we
So
doing,
this week, Souls will TK will be here, and that fraud Souls will be here.
Where's Sammy? I need Sammy's predictions. Can we not put, bro? Why don't you just make a new one, bro? So he's not taking up
Fine,
Sammy's
fine.
slot, bro.
Why
Like, bro, what is this, bro? You're just taking up Sammy's area. Instead, you could just make him his own slot, like personal slot, bro. Like what's going on?
Villa.
Because I don't feel like Souls deserves it. But anyways, it's fine.
To be fair, Villa Forest is a tough matchup.
Bro, Souls is here on a technicality, bro.
He is.
But I've got more points than you since we started playing the game. So how does that
Honestly,
No, you-
honestly,
hold on, no, you
yeah,
haven't.
honestly, Sad, you should not be talking. You have lost
Yes, Sad.
majority of the
So
game.
hold on. So
Sad,
hold on. So
you
guess
would
what?
have been. You
Guess
would have
what?
been.
Guess
dead
what? Guess
last
what,
if
guys?
we were here
Guess
from
what,
the
guys? Guess what? You're all funny, yeah, haha. But in the reality of the situation,
beginning. No, we're not joking. We're serious.
Listen. The reality of the situation is, yeah. This is what I think about the lot of you. This is what I think about a lot of you, mate.
It doesn't matter what you think.
You and donkeys are the same. What is
Well,
the
why did-
difference
why did
between
you
you
do
and a
the wrong-
donkey? The donkey, you take the whip, you hit him, and the donkey's like, or.
Anyway, listen, can we
Guys,
get to
before we
predictions,
start,
bro?
before we start, just a quick one to let everyone know. Ash,
bro.
between Ash and Saad, I'm on currently 145 points, and despite having an extra game week, Saad is on 122. I am 23 points clear despite playing one game week
Damn,
less.
Saad.
Yeah, so I guess there's a reason
So
why I don't need to count
what's
Arsenal.
what's the big deal? Anyway, this weekend I'm gonna go brazy anyway, so it's all good.
Okay, fair,
Anyway, Villa
Cool.
Park versus Nottingham Forest, yeah?
Saad.
1-1.
Sami. Oh, sorry.
Are you skunked? Bro, the
Sorry.
guy's on a flight, bro.
T.
This is a hard one, man. I just don't see Forest losing, bro. But I can also see Asensio and them men going off. So you know what? 2-1 Villa,
Bro,
so we can
let me
bet
get
the
some
Forest
quick.
fans.
1 sec.
I'm gonna go 1-1. Saad, where are you?
Bro, shut your mouth, man. I'm here, bro.
Shut up your
Okay.
mouth.
Brentford,
Bro, I bought a
Chelsea.
package, bro. I bought a package. Let me not do that, bro, because my address is there.
Brentford,
we got
Chelsea.
Page.
I'm gonna say 1-1.
Bro, if I show you guys the sliders that I bought off of Temu, bro, it's actually like
Let me
low
see.
quality.
True. Yeah. I always just lays out and I'll do it. I'll just click all
Oh.
equals and it'll give me the sum for the whole thing.
Yeah, allow me, man. I got big feet, bro. It is what it is, man.
Why for that?
Yeah, man.
Go ahead, Saad.
Allah, they're so comfortable, wallah.
Ya
Allah,
Allah.
predict.
Go ahead.
What is this? What game is
Wait,
this?
what did you get? A loafer or shoes or what? I honestly I didn't even see.
Sandara.
Sandala. I thought you got shoes. I was gonna
Chad
say.
Desiri Doué.
For the Brentford versus Chelsea, I'm gonna go with. Oh, this could be a tight game. I'm gonna go 2-1 Brentford. I'll be real.
Okay.
I don't know why my brain's just telling me that.
Ah,
Who knows?
T.
no, I don't want to predict they win for them because Saad predicted they win for them, bro.
If you follow
Don't let
Saad,
me. Don't let me be right.
if
Don't
you
let
follow
me be
Saad,
right, and
if you
you
follow
man are
Saad,
just
you-
off.
if you follow Saad, you're gonna lose.
I could see maybe 2-1 Brentford or 2-2.
I'm
You know what?
actually so
I'll
bad,
go
bro.
2-2. I'll go 2-2.
Lads, I've realized, yeah. Do you know when you realize like you've actually got like a severe shopping addiction, bro? Like when I get onto these apps, it's
You won,
dangerous,
Ash.
bro. I just buy random stuff. Like, why have I bought this, bro? Why have I bought this? That just like it's like a whisk. It whisks the eggs, yeah, and then you just press it down, bro, and it whisks.
Hey, listen, it helps, man. Why not?
Bro, I'm just buying
Wait.
random stuff, bro.
Because you're an unk. That's why.
Bro, I'm
Yeah, it
actually
sounds
an
like we're
unk, bro. I'm actually an unk, bro. It's crazy. I'm getting old, people. Like, I'm actually getting old, bro. Like, do you know what I mean? It is what it is.
Souls. Did you say 2-1 Chelsea or 2-1 Brentford?
No, 2-1 Brentford.
Okay.
Bro, can you hurry up and predict Souls? This guy's taking too long.
He
man.
already did, Habibi.
Yeah, bro.
Crystal Palace, Brighton.
long,
I'm
man.
gonna say. Oh, I don't trust Brighton either, to be honest. I'm gonna say 1-1 as well.
What's that? What was this? Brighton versus
Crystal Palace, Brighton.
Ooh, oh my lord, bro. Oh my lord. Crystal Palace.
I can't believe none of us predicted a Chelsea win against Brentford. Only True Blue Clay did. It's mad.
Crystal Palace versus Brighton. I'm gonna go with a Palace bounce back. Actually, no.
Nah.
Yeah, Habibi. Every prediction of yours
Do
is 20
mine
days.
first. Do mine first, Ash.
I'm gonna go with a. I'm gonna go with a Palace
I'm
bounce
going
back.
2-1
I'm
Palace.
going with a Palace. I'm going with a Palace bounce back of 2-1.
T.
1-1.
Bro, why is this so big, bro?
Why for that?
Arsenal, Everton.
12.
I'm gonna say sorry, Everton, Arsenal.
Away.
Yeah, it is an early kickoff.
Early kickoff as well.
You know who saved us the last time we went there?
Trossard.
There you are.
This guy is so thirsty for us to just gas up Trossard.
Bro,
Yeah, I'm gonna go with.
Says the guy that glazes everything that moves, bro. Shut up, bro.
I'm gonna say
You just said Martinelli.
1-0 Arsenal.
Or Fabio Vieira. That's a bad one. That's a bad one.
That was
Guys,
an
I've had
all-time
so
stinker.
many. Guys, I've had so many stinkers, and that was one of my worst, bro. I can't believe I
Yeah.
was sitting here buying stock.
I don't
for
know.
Fabio
I don't know
Vieira.
if it's one of your worst. I think you always bring the bar higher and higher every single show. To be honest. Go ahead, Saad. Predict, yeah, Habibi, today.
Everton versus Arsenal. I'm gonna go with a cheeky little stinky 1-0 to the Arsenal. We'll see.
Yes, just copy my predictions. T.
Oh,
Yeah,
shut up, man.
I want
Nobody
to
copying
say
you, bro. I even look at
1-0
your
as well.
prediction.
Souls.
I want to go 2-1 to Arsenal.
Look at this guy being edgy, bro.
Fulham, Liverpool. Ooh, that's a good one. I'm gonna say a repeat of the first game. 2-2.
I'm gonna go 2-1 Liverpool.
Bro, why, bro?
I'm gonna go 1-0 Liverpool.
Because that's what I feel, bro. I feel like it's gonna be 2-1 to Liverpool.
Okay, I want to say 2-1 Liverpool as well, but I cannot predict the same as. You know what? Go on. 2-1 Liverpool.
that.
Yalla.
If we both get 3 points, I'm gonna grill you, bro.
Okay, this time you go first then. Ipswich and Wolves.
Where's Sad?
I think 2-1 Wolves.
Souls.
Brother, why you always saying my name when I walk away from the camera, bro? Just 1 second, bro. This guy, where's that?
What is it? Ipswich Wolves.
Yes.
I'm gonna go Ipswich. No, you know his Wolves are fighting to stay up. I'm gonna go 2-1
Cunha.
Wolves.
Remember Cunha,
2-1
bro.
Wolves. Okay. Leicester City and
Guys, I just
Newcastle.
got a new wallet, and my old.
Oh no,
wallet
sorry,
was
I didn't
looking
put my prediction.
crazy.
I'm
Bro, I
gonna
beg you,
say
look at my old wallet, man. It was looking brazy, man. It's going for the ages, man. I've had this for about like 6 years, 7 years. Like, do you know
Damn.
what I mean? It is
I'm
what it
gonna
is,
say
man. It's-
2-1 Ipswich. Nice one though.
Big up the £1
Saad,
coin, man. Big up the £1 coin, man.
big up the
what's
£1
this?
coin. Give us a prediction.
Ipswich
and Wolves.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go 1-0 Wolves.
I think you should go for. I think you should go for
Leicester
1-1.
City and Newcastle. I'm gonna say 1-3 Newcastle.
Leicester City, Newcastle. I'm gonna go 2-0 Newcastle.
I'm gonna go 3-0 Newcastle.
Why are you laughing?
2-0
Why you laughing,
Newcastle.
man? Why you laugh, bro? This guy is actually copying me. At what point do we say like?
Bro,
at
why?
what point do we
Why?
stop-
Why
at what
would
point-
I copy? Why would I
guys,
copy you?
guys,
of all
at
people?
what point? At what
Go
point do we
Ash.
start dodging? We start stopping this this whole I'm shit gimmick and start saying you're just copying me. I don't know what's going on, bro. Why are you copying me? I'm bad at this.
Bro, why would Ronaldinho copy fucking?
I don't know.
Why would Ronaldinho
Ash,
copy Jordan
Ash.
Ibe? Huh?
2-1 United.
T. United versus
Wait.
City, the big one.
3-1 City.
Saad.
Yes, sir. United versus City. I'm gonna go for a.
I think you should go for
gonna go
Desiree
for-
Doué.
I'm gonna go for a 2-1. Man United.
Spurs Southampton. Yeah, Spurs don't win this, then they're absolutely.
No,
cooked
wait.
on.
Sad's triggering me now.
Shoes,
Sad,
what
why are you going for 2-1 United? Why are you trying to be quirky for?
Why are you pressed?
4-0.
Why
4-0 for
That's the
Spurs.
question we need to
T,
ask
T,
you.
give
Why
me
are
your.
you pressed?
Yeah,
Why? You're not
last
even
time
a
they
City
cooked
fan, bro.
Southampton, so I will go.
You're not
3-0
even a City
Spurs.
fan.
3-0 Spurs.
3-0 Spurs.
Yeah,
Souls.
pressed.
I'm gonna go 3-1 Spurs.
I got
Saad.
the Arsenal membership, man.
Yalla, Saad. We only have 2 more left, yeah, Habibi. It's been
Sorry,
3
what
hours.
was this? Spurs versus Southampton. This is a close game, bro.
Thank you, True Blue Clay.
I'm gonna
I didn't
go-
know that. I am changing it to 3-0.
You cannot do that. No.
No, you can't do that.
Why not?
You can't do that based off of that.
When
You
it's
can't
in,
do
it's
that.
in.
Can't do that.
Once it's in, it's in. You said to me that
But
rule.
okay.
You said to me that rule.
Guys,
don't give me
one second.
bullshit.
I will change it back. However, we have changed scores once after we've entered.
we
No, you
haven't.
haven't.
No,
No,
we
you
in
haven't.
the same.
You didn't let me.
Billah,
When it was just us two.
billah.
When it was just us two. No, hold on. When it was just us two guys, Simu Billah, he didn't let me change
Name
it.
the time. Name the time. Name the game.
Brother, it was
Oqsim-
2 weeks ago. 2 weeks
Oqsim
ago. It
billah,
was months ago.
Whenever
bro,
we put a
name the
score
game.
in, there were times when
saying
someone said,
Oqsim billah, please.
actually, I'll change it. Wallah al-Azim. But fine, I don't mind. I'll put it 3-1. I'm not.
Bro, you're both swearing, so I don't know who's right, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Wallahi al-Azim, there was a time when we put in a score
swear.
and he said, actually, I want to
swear.
change it, and I
Wallah.
changed it.
Wallah,
Okay, fine.
I
If you
swear.
say so. Fine,
Bro,
if you say so.
this guy is saying Wallah. Imagine,
Yeah, Habibi,
imagine,
give me your sport.
imagine,
please.
imagine تيحلف
I'll go to the next game.
and
West Ham,
تيحلف والله
Bournemouth.
حرام وحق الله لا حرام
I
تيحلف
think
وتكذب علينا يلا just
0-0.
imagine your mum watches these shows. How you swearing and you're saying أقسم بالله and you're lying?
Because I know what I'm
Listen,
saying. It happened. It
So
happened.
Southampton
It
versus Spurs. Southampton versus Spurs. I'm gonna go for 2-1 Spurs.
Oh, what happened to not predicting Spurs to win?
Yeah, listen, man, it's a close game, bro. But I think I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt because they're on their level.
What's this? Ham Bournemouth. I'm gonna go 1-1.
Ham Bournemouth is crazy. Who calls them ham?
0-0 is crazy, by the way, Ashraf. I think this will be 2-1 Bournemouth. They will bounce back from the loss that they had before, you know?
Maybe 2-1 Bournemouth. Saad?
Can I get? I don't know why, as if I'm ordering food, bro. Can I get?
Can I get some chips?
Yeah. Can I get a burger? I'm gonna go for 1-0 West Ham.
Number 9, large. Number 2.
And that way we're done. Alhamdulillah. After 72 hours,
Alhamdulillah, bro.
guys.
And
We finally finished the predictions.
And shout Astrid Wet.
What?
Yeah, guys, this guy is skunk. This guy is a degenerate.
I think
bro.
just for that he gets
thank,
removed.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, just for that he
Astrid
gets
Wet
removed.
in 2025, bro. You're shouting out Astrid Wet. You degenerate, bro. You degenerate.
Oh, what the hell did I just do? Yeah.
Why was I?
Why did DK get booted? With
What did I do, bro?
Well, it's crazy. Man said, shout out Astrid Wet.
Nah, TK is too funny, you know. I
It's
just booted him
nasty.
for no reason.
It's nasty
Bro,
work.
you just
bro.
kicked me, bro, for no reason, bro.
That's nasty work, you know that.
Bro, and by the way, we don't have Kwanzaa in the team. We don't move like that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, mad. Yeah. Quantum is mad. I can't lie.
Bro,
Yalla, Habibi Saad, end it. We
that's
need to
the-
go.
yeah,
Allah, I need to go.
3 hours.
Bro,
What do you-
that's the
how
type.
How can you
That's
say
the type of shit. That's the type of shit that you're on. I like that Kwanzaa thing. I like.
Nah, madness.
Is that what you're on?
No, I'm definitely not on that. But hold on, why is Ash saying end it?
I
though?
listen, guys. I big up to the Chinese version of Kango, though. Do you know what I mean? They call it Bin
Yeah.
Laroo.
Bro, is
Saad,
that your new wallet?
Yeah.
Is that your
It's
new
3
wallet?
a.m.
The gays is
Yeah,
like-
Habibi. It's 2 a.m. over here where I am. Please.
Yeah,
Please, I'm
bro.
Bro,
begging
you know what? I'll be real,
I'm
yeah. I'll be
begging
real,
you.
Ash. I'll be real, Ash.
That
You
I be
were late,
real
innit?
from Pen Game.
You were late, bro. Yeah. Me and Souls were sitting here, guys. He was
You
late, bro.
absolute garbage piece of shit. I was late by 10 minutes and it's been 2 hours and 44 minutes. I did
He's
an extra 30.
rattled.
I did an extra 30 minutes, ya hayawan. Yalla.
Extra 30 minutes.
End
What you contracted?
Guys,
Exactly,
thank
bro.
you
No
so
back to back
much.
is contract.
Appreciate it. Don't forget
Anyway,
to like and subscribe and
Listen,
share the video.
no, hold on,
Big
hold
up,
on,
guys.
hold on,
How
no,
you
no,
end
hold
the
on, hold
live
on, hold on,
How
I'm
hold
gonna
on,
end
hold
the
on, hold on.
stream.
No,
No,
please,
not
wallahi,
hold
wallahi,
on, bro. Yalla.
Don't.
Is
Let
it
me,
your channel?
bro. Relax. Yeah, wallahi, these guys get over carried away, bro. Like as if there's something mad.
This guy.
Because
Anyway,
I can just leave. I can
listen.
just do the math
No,
and
that's
just leave
disrespectful,
myself.
guys,
But I'm being
listen,
Listen,
respectful.
I wanna
being
say,
respectful.
guys, wallahi, it's late.
Big up to AMT. He said
My
there's no
neighbours are gonna
record
go
of
crazy.
Trent ever
Guys, it's
mentioned
late.
of going to another club. I just checked.
No, I think what he did. Big up to AMT for the super chat. Big up to Nafisa for the super chat. Absolute legends. I appreciate you both. I appreciate everybody who has smashed the like button
No way.
and subscribed to the channel.
Wait, why you
We
do
are
that
up.
straight away?
Huh?
So Ash did this before even